It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Aha. Now you wanna don't hear all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get what he supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Mayegun, you go show na paper. Mayegun diary political. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dodododo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dodododo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Hello there.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀.
Thank you so much for joining me. Omo wahala dey everywhere. As you are watching this video right now, the people sanctioned, or should I say, Tinubu's people, they are already working round the clock to remove the chairman of Labour Party. After removing him, then they are going to replace him with somebody else. When that somebody else comes in, they're going to detach themselves from Obi. They're going to suspend him as a Labour Party member. Then they're going to withdraw his case, even if he's not going to withdraw the case. The wala don't start, in case they haven't told you. Wala tiwa.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, so like Lórí YouTube, and yes, so like
Thank you so much. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegu today. Like the broadcast. That is your own offering. Anytime you want to. You just do it once. That's all. You don't have to do it again and again. Okay. And then sit back. Relax. But before you even do that, read the caption, read the body of this description as well of this broadcast. If you are watching us live, if you're watching a replay, just do what you think you want to do. Treason, treason, treason. All you have to do is to take your time and study the the pattern of APC, propaganda, lies, and all that, violence, and then the new one, accuse others of what you are actually guilty of, treason and treasonable felony. You've heard it before, that APC, in 2015, they boldly, repeatedly, internationally, they told the world that if they lost 2015 elections, right, they were going to start a parallel government in Nigeria. Unfortunately, nobody actually picked them up for treason. I'll share that with you tonight. I'll talk. Wole Soyinka tagging young people fascist is not a slip of tongue. In fact, it is part and parcel of the organized, systemic, and then the hold order attack on the young people by delegitimizing your anger, delegitimizing your pain, delegitimizing your frustration, and then bully you into submission. Do you know those they call the fascists? The fascists are those, right? If you know Hitler, if you know Mussolini, if you know Stalin, if you know all these old horrible dictators in history and their supporters who were indeed killing their oppositions, all they needed is just to find something to kill those that opposes them or opposed them. The only person or the only party doing that in Nigeria right now, just looking for something to call any Nigerian before they kill them, the only people doing that is APC. Wole Soyinka belongs to the old order. And according to the young people, he is not a professor, he is a confessor. A confused confessor. Old, tricky way of forcing the young people to submission. It is an old bullying order. But this time around, it seems they are dealing with the with the wrong generation. Right. Also tonight, there is another drama. Nigeria is broke. The debt of Nigeria as at last year was put at 46.3 trillion naira. And as at this year, Nigeria debt is over 60 trillion naira. Add that to the 31 trillion naira that Emefiole printed and then gave to Buhari's government. 31 trillion plus 60 trillion. Yeah, that means Nigeria is tilting towards 100 trillion naira debt. 100 years time. The generation coming after these criminals, they will be born into poverty. And they'll be struggling, and many of them will even die in poverty. They now had that of Kolu to it. Yeah, Wole Soyinka is not being honest. And respect, they say, is a two-way thing, reciprocal. if the old people are dishonest, if they are being dishonest or economical with the truth, right? And then delegitimizing the, the anger of the young people by either calling them overreacting, intolerance, yet the people that actually kill people for standing up to them are the APC. Egbe. I hope you know this. Now, Nigeria has gotten approval to borrow $800 million. Yes, you heard me. $800 million. Guess what they want to use the money for? Nigeria is about to remove a subsidy from fuel. You are going to buy a liter of fuel in Nigeria for maybe 700 naira per liter, 800 naira per liter, 500 naira per liter. In order to cushion that effect, according to these thieves, they approached the World Bank to give them $800 million. I don't want to go into converting it because I don't want to start having a headache. We still have a long night. Yeah. $800 million. They want to share the money to 50 million Nigerians that will be affected by the removal of subsidy in Nigeria. They've gotten the approval. They have gotten the money. Now the 50 million names, they are collating now. I hope they pick you so that at least you won't do all this and all this madness. You won't do it for free, just for your own sake. I hope they call you.
ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n ní ràn.
Oh, one more thing. Kingsley Moghalu. That, among, you remember when they were doing the third force in Nigeria? Sowore, Kingsley Moghalu. What's the other guy's name? The one that hey, look at that, you see. Anyway, Femi Durotoya, be waiting his name again, Durotoya, whatever. Anyway, Kingsley Moghalu, that is he himself a former central bank executive of Nigeria, a member of the scribe, a member of the the establishment. Somehow caught the fancy of the young people in 2019, including that of Wole Soyinka. In fact, that of Wole Soyinka received, was that, yeah, it was the time that, called the international, campaign of Sowore that many of us actually mobilized for too, right? Okay, 2023, you know what happened? Peter Obi from the supposed establishment is now the new beneficiary of the people's, you know what I mean, kind of followership. But instead of them to have the kind of the similar support, right? Kingsley Moghalu came out today to quickly come and back Wole Soyinka. And you know what he said? The young people that he used to kind of call his own constituency, he's fighting for the future of young people. All of them scammers, yeah? He called them unlettered. Unlettered means illiterates. So Obidients are unlettered, uncultured. That's what Kingsley Moghalu called the young people in defense of Confessor Wole Soyinka. Now, one thing that people are saying they are learning, one thing that they said that they have come to realize is the unraveling of people they thought were ordinarily would never, if given chances, they would never be on the side of their oppressors. So you are welcome to Nigeria. Anyway, as usual, it's been fire for fire until the chairman of Labour Party raised the alarm and said, they take over our secretariat, they want to block. Mr. Chairman, I'll take you there. But however, let's start with this. If you have joined and then, if you have paid your offering, you've liked the broadcast, you've shared it, that's all you need to do. I've given you the highlight of the whole broadcast tonight and more, yeah? Now, what we're going to do now is that there is actually one more. One more. You know, Chimamanda Adichie. Chimamanda Adichie just penned a paper, a letter to the to the president of America, United States of America, Joe Biden. And in that letter, which I am going to read tonight, okay, in that letter, he's calling on the American intelligence, American government, and the rest of them to save Nigeria of whatever is left. Once this drug dealer, once this drug baron, once this election rigger, once this kleptomaniac sick relic, Tinubu, gets on, then they can just forget whatever they know about Nigeria now and get themselves ready to take the influx of the aftermath of whatever happens, right? I'm going to read the letter. But do you know what is trending in Nigeria right now? Is APC, Egbekegbe, accusing the opposition of treasonable felony, right? For going to court to challenge an election charade. Charade that they called they call election, right? Now, they said people can go to court. Now, they are like, if you go to court and they are not this election, that means you are going to create a problem. And then Wole Soyinka came out, very economical with the truth. With the truth, and he picked on Dati. This is the genesis. So the genesis is that how could Dati say if they swear Tinubu in, it will be an illegitimate president and it will bring democracy to an end in Nigeria? How could you say that? How could you say that's so bad? You are such a terrible. I was like, okay. So people started calling Wole Soyinka hypocrites. Abba, hypocrites, you're such an hypocrite. You should have just kept your mouth shut the same way you've kept it shut for the past, for the past few months, when the real fascists are attacking the people you want to gaslight. Alabostini, or you say Professor Wire. Professor Wire, Eko Wire, song. Kilo data and drag, Professor Kiloshe. Umayeguma dasio. That's what these old people have been doing, to delegitimize our own, our hangs, and then our what do you call it? Our request. We want it's about our future. These old people should go and get something and see somewhere. And the old people are saying the young people are like they cannot be trusted because look at them, they are so angry. And this is their future you are talking about. Tani Professor Wire. That is coming around to come and label them fascist. Okay. Anyway, what then finally goes on is that in fact, you know what? APC, Egbekegbe, they have said worse. We're going to court. If you don't, this person that you want to swear in hasn't met any constitutional, all the constitutional requirements to be sworn in as president of Nigeria. And if you go ahead, if you do it, you would. In fact, why am I even like saying it for him? Let's take all the awards, and then you can compare them. Pastor Ruga, fake Pastor Ruga, APC, Egbekegbe, in 2015, they threatened Egbere Jolantan. This is actually, I think I'm beginning to understand why these guys, they were able to get away with everything and find themselves in power. And they managed to do what they have done, and they've never taken responsibility for anything. Jonathan was a very weak man. He's a good man. That's what they say. No, Mayegun, Jonathan is not weak. He's a very good man. No, he's a weak president. Oh, he's a good man. Okay, yeah, he's a good man. But he's he was a very, very weak president. They saw that. And I've shared the stories behind the end of Jonathan that started, right, from that of that evening, that night, that one weekend night, just few days before the 2011 elections. That night, that Kolu was flown to Abuja in the presidential jet to go and meet with this meek Jonathan. That the northern Nigeria and their politicians, they have done everything to make sure that they've done everything to make sure that he chickened out of the whole thing. Yaradua died. You want to contest as a real president? What the hell? You're going to, you know what I mean? They've kind of scared him. And as he was running about to go and look for those who could probably come in and do something, he ran to Tinubu. Tinubu saw the president of Nigeria one-on-one in his vulnerability. President of Nigeria in the worst vulnerability. He needed that power. And he saw through that. That's exactly when he started his journey. He could be president. If this one can be president, this one. So he decided to go a long way. So when you listen to the APC, Egbe, saying Tinubu delayed this ambition, he sacrificed this ambition for some people so that he can have it later. That's the genesis. Jonathan gave him $2 billion. That's the deal. 2011. $2 solid billion. As Ribadu they fly as their candidates, they were cashing out behind him. Well, long story short, he decided to go and mingle with Bokwari and his jihadist CPC, build bridge. They are finally brought in APC, Egbekegbe today, as part of it anyway. Jonathan was weak. They've done everything. All he needs is just propaganda. If you scare him enough, he's going to chicken out. Are you sure? Are you sure? Let's do it. Propaganda and all of that. That's exactly what they did with Jonathan. And he had to run. It is more or less like he ran away from them when he saw what they could do, what they are capable of doing. And once they unleashed this on Nigeria, for him to, he said, if he tried to stay, that's it. It doesn't matter. Like the 2015 election was already long forgone before they even conducted it. Jega, the INEC chairman, is a member of the plot. The chairman of PDP under Jonathan is part of Muazu, is part of the plot. His own minister, his own defense team, they were all in on it. It was more or less that they were counting days for him. That's exactly what happened in 2015. Today, when people started looking back, they were like, how did they get away with all of this? How come we didn't notice all of this? ABC actually did all of this. They said all of this. I said, maybe all of you, they drink Kool-Aid. Change Kool-Aid. More. But it was too late. They already have the power. Sure you get. Now, having the power, they have now gone full throttle. Full propaganda. Election on the overall. Sure you get. Full one. They have gone full Goebbels. Goebbels. See, Joseph Goebbels was the Hitler's propaganda minister. He was like Liar Mo of the Hitler time. He was the one cooking all the propaganda that the Germans then, young and old, that joined them, right, believed so strongly that it took generations to try to cleanse the heart of those who are descendants of those who fed from Joseph Goebbels' propaganda. Till tomorrow, there are people that will tell you that everything they wrote about Hitler was a lie. I mean, it's a lie. You know why? Because whatever they were told then, Goebbels was so good that he could predict what will happen. It will be like, they are going to do this to us. You know what I mean? Like, they will be the one to do all those. Anything to justify killing people. They will just package it and love now. You will clap. So APC is replicating same. Dividing everything they touch. Abi? So let's listen to what Dati actually said. Let's start from there. Well, okay, yeah, I have it.
Nigeria, I believe in this document. That is why I'm so lawful. That is why I'm so confident. And that is why however extreme it is, Sheung, I am saying it on national TV. I don't like to take risks. I'm not taking any risks. Swearing in a ticket that has not met the constitutional requirements of the Constitution, okay, is ending democracy. Quote me on it.
That's your interpretation.
That is my interpretation. And that is indeed a correct interpretation. You cannot swear people who have not met the constitutional requirement. You can't do that. If you did it, you have done something unlawful, something unconstitutional. And I'm repeating it. Whoever does not meet the constitutional requirement must never be sworn in. You said my name. If you like, I can say it again. I'm Dati Baba Ahmed. I'm not taking risks with my safety and with my life. But I'm repeating, swear in anybody who does not meet the constitutional requirements of our country, you are engaging in an unconstitutional act. Mr. President, do not hold that inauguration. CJ and your lordship, do not partake in unconstitutionality. I am taking these risks for the sake of my country. Yes, it is extreme, and I'm saying it. It was more extreme for Yakubu to issue that certificate. It was reckless. He is putting all our lives in danger. All of us were already at risk. So what is there again in me taking risks again? What have they not done against Nigeria? What have they not abused in Nigeria? Now they will take the constitution where it is clear, it says, and get 24. After that, and FCT. They fail to get it. They are going to swear this man in, and I should be afraid? I will not be. I'm telling you that on the 20th Nigeria, I believe in this.
So you heard him. That's what he said. Some said that statement is debatable, but it's not a threat, right? And wherever you want to say, okay, you heard him. Now, I want you to listen to another one. This time around, Pastor Ruga in 2015. I want you to compare the two statements now and tell me which of them is actually treasonable. This is before election, right? Okay, yeah.
The statement that I read earlier on attributed to the chairman of your party saying they're going to form a parallel government.
Yes.
What do you make of it?
Well, that is a position.
Do you see it as inciting?
I don't think so. I don't think it's inciting. Why is that inciting? There's nothing that incites about that. I don't think that would necessarily lead anyone to violence or lead anyone to do anything.
Forming a parallel government, that's not calling for anarchy.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But it could be.
No, not necessarily. Look at cases. Look at cases. Let's look at political history. Look at cases where persons, where the government, for instance, has decided on where the government decides that they're going to ignore the wishes of the electorate and simply override the wishes of the electorate. What the opposition has usually done in such cases is to reject the results of the elections and to say that they will constitute their own government, that they will constitute a government. That is simply a way of taking a stand. It simply is taking a stand against the government and putting the government under pressure. That has happened in several places in Africa, several places in the world, where people have said, on account of electoral injustice, they are going to do certain things and all of that. And if they do so long as they do not call anyone to violence, all they're saying is that we are also going to constitute ourselves into a government. If you fail if you are unjust or if you ignore the wishes of the electorate. Personally, I don't think that's necessarily inciting.
Because I mean,
did you hear that? He's a senior advocate of nuisance too. He's a fake pastor. Did you see his face there? He's now a motivational speaker everywhere he goes now. If he's not singing the praises, then he'll be a motivational speaker. You won't even think he's the vice president of Nigeria. He goes there and says, yeah, you know what I mean? If he's not doing all of that, he'll be sharing money. Diwere was sharing 10,000 naira because they want to lift 10 million Nigerians out of poverty. Okay, so they started sharing $10, no, 10,000 naira. How much is 10,000 naira again? 10 pounds, right? 11 pounds. They started giving people 11 pounds. Okay, not that everyone anyway. So it was like, okay, yeah, we'll lift 10 million. So they want to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. That's exactly, they want to lift 100 million Nigerians. That's his own idea of economic recovery. He even went to the US and promoted the same thing. It wasn't like one-off. They were promoting it. They were threatening Jonathan. If they burn you well, we go start our own government. But won't that cause anarchy? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. He went to America during the campaign too, and he repeated the same thing. We will form our own government.
The question of introducing a parallel government and post-election, possible post-election crisis and all that. Now, it's important to bear in mind that it is really up to the ruling government, to the ruling party, to ensure that elections are free and fair. And we made that point repeatedly, that it does not lie in the control of the opposition to ensure free and fair elections. It is up to the ruling party. And everywhere and every time that you see free and fair elections, you will never find any kind of crisis thereafter. For example, the June 12th elections that we're talking about, there's absolutely no crisis, no violence, nothing. Because it was a free and fair election. And free and fair elections always come with very little violence. Now, in the event, and the APC has said, that in the event that there is electoral lobby, that we are robbed of our rightful place or of our victory, that we will establish a parallel government. The details of that, of course, we will speak about only when the time comes. But we will certainly provide a moral alternative for the people of Nigeria. We certainly will not accept that in the clear case of robbery until we're just going to look and roll over, that will not happen. And the reason why it will not happen is because the majority of Nigerians say that they want a change, and that change is thwarted by a small group of people who say that they must hang on to power. Then there must be a way of showing that that is not going to happen. We're going to ensure as much as possible, and we'll keep emphasizing that no one should lose their lives on account of this. That will be for us.
So because of this discovery, I know a lot of you were under their spell. Some people who don't like me today, or who are so ashamed to come and apologize to me. Who were then, they were feeding fat on the APC propaganda, just like you are witnessing today. And whoever doesn't believe in these fraudsters, then you are considered enemy of Nigeria. Give me a sec.
Misdefining and misunderstanding our priorities. And we have to be very honest with ourselves. I'm an economist, and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers, and we look at poverty. If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you'll find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%.
So majority of them would today will say, I don't like that, Maya, is because they were under the spell of APC back then. If you told them then that these people are criminals, strange bedfellows, thieves, murderers, smugglers, heroin takers, heroin dealers, drug runners, gun runners, kidnappers, terrorists, jihadists, how could you bring all these people together and say they want to change Nigeria for good, if not for bad? So they were drinking then. And when people started seeing some of these videos now, a lot of you are seeing this for the first time. There are many of those horrible things they said and they did that eventually gave birth to the murderous APC that you have today, the criminal APC gang that you have today, the cold-hearted murderers that you have as APC today, who probably feels like Nigerians have offended them, like they would defend terrorists. Have you ever seen anywhere government of a country will be defending terrorists and they'll be punishing their own citizens? Only in Nigeria, because terrorists are in charge. Thank God they have succeeded. They have divided Nigeria beyond repair. Nobody can fix Nigeria together again. You can continue to try, because I always believe that there's no harm in trying. Keep trying. But they did and said Horrible, horrible things that lay the foundation for what you are witnessing in Nigeria today. 8 years after. Some of you are now, you're like cursing them. Some of you are regretting. Some of you cannot even like, sort of recover anymore. You are done and done for. No be so? Pastor Ruga. So today people are now asking, wow, Kilo, what is wrong with professors in Nigeria, Gonsef? What is really the problems of the professors in Nigeria? Now professors, they rig election. No be so? Now professors, they announce the rigged election. Now professors can't see they defend rigged election. When you begin to hear professors, because actually professorship useless. I've been at this kind of professors, they are useless professors. When you hear names like Professor Yemi Oshibajo, Professor Atairu Jega, Professor Wole Soyinka, Professor Yakubu Mahmudu, Professor. Go and look at those who are rigging elections in Rivers, in Lagos, and all these places. You will be hearing Professor. You professor will only in Nigeria, What kind of professor learning, Professor LAB, Professor Criminals, and Professor Enablers. All they have to do is to just manufacture big grammar, confuse you. So you know who you are talking to, sir? I am Professor Adaguodo, Abajo. Stagnant water, no wonder. You get what I mean? Like, people are now saying that everyone Professor Oshiwu going to one Nigeria you going save. Who are these useless professors here and there? What's all this useless? They are more. See, when you look at what the professors in Nigeria, what they have contributed to Nigeria, trust me, there is no directing anything progressive. Now, the young people, listen to this. So I'm just saying this. So, young people, that all these old criminals and their friends are trying to gaslight, call names. They call them intolerant. They call them any smart thing. You don't even know how to have conversation. Conversation with who? With you people who are trying to make them accept abnormalities. And they rejected all this nonsense. So, and therefore you decided to gaslight them. Professor Oshiwoni and Professor Wiriwugon. Tell me the invention of all the professors in Nigeria. Tell me. What did they say? Professor Wole Soyinka is not even. See, now these young people, you know what they are doing? They don't give a damn about all this, all of you old wearies. Listen, that's the problem. Yesterday, somebody came and he said, Mayegun, listen, I have been following you. I have been following you, Mayegun, for a long time. And I just want you to be very careful because, I support you on this Yoruba nation, this or that, right? But we need to respect our elders. And I want you to even, in fact, Mayegun, I want you to stop all these things about disobedient. Let us face Yoruba nation. Omo, I know they are gay. Momoru trick, I have been following you. We need to respect our elders. Is a trick. Here you get. When people say, I have so much respect for you, but I don't like the way you disrespected so and so. It is a trick. In fact, sure you want to know, it is one of the oldest manipulative trick that people use. People use all the time. When people tell you that they respect you, and that respect is about to go out of the window, okay? Because of what you say or what you don't say, it is called conditional respect, Abi. Now, when I was reading that comment, two things were going through my mind. I was like, this person is not my follower. Number one, is not. Now, one of those Olori Burukus that always kind of try to play the game of respect because they are Yoruba. I am Yoruba. But it's an old trick. Sure, you get. They will write long nonsense. They will be writing as if to say, right, they are neutral. Just to let you feel like feel guilty that you just woke up and you started disrespecting some Olori Burukus called elders and leaders because they get fed and get a white hair. So two things. Number one, you are not my friend. So if I should respond the way I wanted to, I'm going to get so angry that eventually I'm just going to get that person off my page, because I can do that. Get the person off my page completely and the comments. So I went there and I was like, I know your trick. Alaye, if you have any respect for me, and that respect somehow, oh, in fact, if you are following Mayegun because of Mayegun's advocacy, preachings, and in fact, support for anything Yoruba, and you can use that too. I respect you. And you know you are a Yoruba and Yoruba nation. Let us talk about Yoruba nation. When I am talking about the Olori Brukus that gave birth to the advocacy for Yoruba nation, you want me to stop talking about those Olori Brukus because you respect me so much and you don't like the way I talk about them. And I'm about to lose my respect. The respect you have for me, I'm about to lose it. Okay. Number one, you are not my follower. If you are my follower, right, you will understand that this is Mayegun's diary. It is not Yoruba Nation diary. How many times gonna have so funny go? This is Mayegun's diary political, not Yoruba Nation political, Biafra Republic political, or Arewa Republic political. When we are talking about something, that's when you want to bring. Number one, I don't need your respect. Keep it. I told him, I said, keep your respect. I don't want your respect. Okay? And then number two, the older generation that are demanding respect, they have no respect for any of us. Have you not noticed? They are actually making demand. They are telling us what to do. You don't understand that. And you know, Mayegun, I respect you a lot. Ko baje fun respect only for Mayegun. Ta lo tọrọ respect lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Mo tọrọ respect lọ́wọ́ anybody ẹ. Ko baje fun, ko jóná fun àwọn tó ní ẹ àti wá ti respect ẹ. Kí ló kàn mí àti respect ẹ? You know, when people say something, when you say, I mean, well, this useless, this Tinubu is a mad, useless person. An elderly person will come there and try to bully you with, don't you have home training? What about your papa? Don't you have papa? Say your papa and mama no train you well, ni? Don't you know that you have to, as a Yoruba, you have to respect the elders? All these are emotional blackmail. They don't want to be interested in why. Instead of saying, come, why are you angry? Hey, Mayegun, sorry. I mean, I have listened to you all this while. In fact, I've been asking myself that what could make this young man so angry with Nigeria? And they said many of them, Abi. Mayegun, I'm so sorry. See, my generation, we are in our 70s, 80s. We owe you apologies. And we have no right to question how you ask or question those who are leading you. That's what you should expect from elderly people who don't want to try and bully you because they are elders. So they will now try to say, don't you have home training? Let us respect our elders. So people now cherry pick. So therefore, those who call themselves elders, they have the, you know, it's like having the license to just misbehave. Sure, you get like, there's a dragbalagani in this house. Yeah, I am old enough to be your baba. Can you tell your baba that your baba is wrong? Say, it's true. I cannot tell my papa that my papa is wrong. Sure, you get it, because even if my papa is wrong, because it's my papa, I cannot tell him that, daddy, you are so wrong. Say, so don't ever talk to me like that. Don't let me curse you. This white hair you see in my head, you see this ewu? If I use this white hair to curse you, you are finished. Be careful, elderly. What elders used to chop moi? He did at the bottom of moi rap. Don't let me show you why I'm now, you know why? When the young people now look and say, don't say that, don't tell Abalagba, you know, Nisa. Because they want the young people, right, to have no voice per se, and to help either to kind of downplay the concerns of the young people or to dismiss it outrightly. And those of you who don't listen, they say, we are elders. Sit down there. We are talking to you. We are the elders. Do you know that we are elders? Like, that's how I feel. That's how I wanted to reply that person. Yes, I said, but politely, I said, Benny, Jotori Olongo, I respect me. You need can you respect that shit from me? What is your respect going to do for anyone? Right? When the older generation, instead of them to actually begin to ask themselves and say, Omo, things have scattered though. Things have gone out of hand though. Now that these young people are interested in what is actually going on in Nigeria, look at everywhere now. As in, take that reality in, not you trying to gaslight them. Imagine Mogalu calling young people in Nigeria. He called them unlettered, unlettered, uncultured. Mogalu no. Mogalu. Because, you know, it's like somebody like Emefiole. They will now say Emefiole now. We now work among economists. Abi? As Emefiole, former central bank governor. Mogalu, former central bank executive. We did this policy. We did that policy. Which policy? The policy you did, whether past and present, nobody in Nigeria with this. So the young people that are now affected, their future, their education, their health, are all at stake in that contraption called Nigeria. But hey, they are overreacting. Hey, they are intolerant. Hey, they have no respect. Really? More obedient if you respect them. Imagine if you pay any, because it's called bullying. It is called bullying. They will bully you to what have you. They will accuse you of doing what they are doing. All the illegalities, all the criminal stuff they are doing, they will point the fingers elsewhere. And no wonder Obi said he's under pressure to leave Nigeria. Femi Fonikayode, as usual, quickly fired. And he was like, please go, don't come back. See you. People wait, you know, these are the people that are actually like, you know, riling the young people in Nigeria. People like Femi Fonikayode, okay, who is a man for hire, is available for hire. So he's on social media, the territory of the young people. The territory of the young people. These young people, they are so smart. That's another problem. That the old people are not understanding. They don't need your advice. They want you to advise yourselves. See, I'm a young man, right? I don't need any older person's advice anymore when it has to do with this, my life, and the future. You know why? I don't need your advice. Advise yourselves, especially, you know, if you are in Nigeria and you are calling yourself an elderly person. I'm not sure you respect the elderly person. Do you know why I'm actually using this word? I want those of you who have that kind of entitlement, but in this guys, this my ego, I'm studying him. I like him, but it's like he's so uncut. Uncut. He's so disrespectful too. Like he's so what other one? You are so petty. This my ego is so petty. Maybe because I don't like the reason why I have to keep saying that is to let you know that respect is reciprocal. It's like two-way thing. You cannot fail the young people, right? And at the same time, hide behind we are elders. I'm an elderly person. I am a professor. I am a this or that. So what has your elderliness, as well as your professorship, what exactly have they really contributed to Nigeria? You are talking to a Nobel laureate like that. You are talking to somebody who is a former deputy governor of Central Bank. Mayegun, honestly, let us be, Mayegun, how could you say that? So, Nobel laureate. Like somebody who wrote, the person who wrote, what do you call it? A novel. You write a novel, fiction or real. Abi, literary Nobel. So people got Nobel laureate for peace, for engineering peace, for discovery that actually changes lives. Sure you get? And unfortunately, that's another part. So many of you, the older generation, that wanted to kind of make all this your title, doctor, professor, and all those nonsense titles that you love so much, that you work all your life to get. Somebody like Wole Soyinka, it doesn't actually like really belong to this generation. So to say, you know why? A lot of them, okay, I belong to that generation that actually read part of what Wole Soyinka wrote. But you see all this Gen Z, majority of them don't even know whether Soyinka was writing a book or not. In fact, all they have to do is to just go on Google and read who is Wole Soyinka. That's it. They don't have to read his book because they don't read what you have anymore. Abi? So don't think the same influence that Soyinka have on people like us, those of us who were born in the 70s and in the 80s. You are now dealing with the generations in the generation of the 90s, the 2000s, Abi? These are the generation that these older criminals they didn't plan for. So if somebody like Wole Soyinka want to address them, if anybody who belongs to that old order want to address them, you must address them as somebody who understands them, not somebody who wants to impose something on them and begin to ask stupid questions. Don't you have home training? Majority of them don't know Soyinka as a writer that you think that you know him as. And their future, now they know better how much the likes of Soyinka influenced. Oh, Soyinka also fought for democracy. Remember Soyinka, they locked Soyinka up in three years, what do you call it? Solitary confinement for fighting the military, for fighting this and that. Benny, you see this generation, they would have appreciated all the effort of the likes of Wole Soyinka and others. If today they are living in a free Nigeria, where they can easily express themselves. You know, like the Americans, I mean, put it that way. Say, okay, the British whatever their history, and those who died, and those who whatever, their children today will look back and say, well, we thank God that they did. But today, Soyinka is not dead. Others are not dead. They are still alive, and they are gaslighting the people that nobody planned any future for. And there is actually nothing, in place as to say, oh yeah, our heroes past, they did this for us. Well, let's just be grateful. And they are now watching the same people gaslighting them, calling them fascists, and you are asking of respect. You better advise yourselves. The last people that will respect some of you, some of those old relics and the rest of them are just going to be people like us. Here you get the generation of the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Those are the generation that will still be showing some level of mixed reaction. You see those ones from the 90s, if you don't mend your way and you are still working about us, I'm an elder, join my Egun's Diary Political. I will tell them when they are dragging you too. So they said Obi said he's leaving. Kilote, pressure on you. Sorry, it's not. He didn't say he's leaving. They said Obi said they are pressurizing him to leave Nigeria. Why? Pressure on you. So as of today, let me tell you something. When the real Yorubas, who ordinarily would never support injustice, I mean, Yoruba man, I can say this boldly. Yes, we do have the criminals who are cashing in on criminalities, and then others. Sure, you get. But real Yorubas won't. Real Yoruba elders and leaders will never compromise. And in fact, if they have to take a position, they will not blink. Yorubas who saw that Nigeria was tearing apart, breaking up. They said, if the Nigeria political class, the military, if they could all agree that Yorubas have been cheated, maltreated in the project Nigeria, and in fact, if there is anything to make sure that Yorubas don't leave Nigeria, it is when Nigeria transits to democratic system of government, it should be given to a Yoruba man to be the first president. This was like unwritten. They didn't write anything. They didn't debate. They didn't do who those are against, those in favor. They didn't do all of that. It was just like a convention. So you get like a convention to say, okay, that's what we have agreed. And just like that, even Alex Ekweme that ran for position of president inside the PDP, Obasanjo, that was Alex Ekweme and the rest, when they were actually like talking and forming political parties, then Obasanjo did prison. When Obasanjo came out, right, the Igbos, the Southeasterners in PDP, delegate all of them, they all voted for Obasanjo Yoruba. It was just like a directive. Like, it wasn't like, like a convention. PDP, Yoruba. AD, Yoruba. Other parties there too, Yoruba. Just, it's like, okay, if we want to keep this country together, let us do everything to reconcile with the Yorubas. And everybody agreed. We didn't lose 3 million people. We didn't lose 5 million people. We didn't we didn't lose any part of a Yoruba land to civil war. Sure you get? The people that they bombed their city, their towns, their villages, that they killed their women and children there. All those, let me tell you this, go and read your history. You see all those cities you are seeing right now in eastern Nigeria, especially the places like Enugu, Anambra, Imo, where is that again? Ebonyi, Abia, all those places that they finally cut after they started creating states from them. They cut them until they decided to put them in the middle as a small part of Nigeria. The Igbo land. In fact, what do you call it? Just give me a sec. I'll take you to Abuja first one.
Now, the Labour Party office is under attack. All the doors at the national headquarters have been broken and they have entered the office, purportedly trying to hold a meeting in the office. That meeting is not authorized by me. It's not authorized by the National Working Committee. The Labour Party is under serious attack, personally and individually, because of the case we have against the APC in courts. All of this blackmail, all of this attack is tailored towards destroying the mandate that has been freely given to us by Nigerians. Nigerians must rise to the occasion.
I hope they would. So the Igbos, just like that, we didn't lose much, okay? All the eastern part of Nigeria, you saw this place you call the Niger Delta today. The South as they call them. They were part of Biafra land, the eastern part of Nigeria. In fact, the person that actually proposed the name Biafra, happened to be one of the supposed Dijo leaders when they finally cut them off. And you know what Nigeria did? Nigeria, right, pretended that they would develop all these other areas. And if you go to this, whatever you see in Enugu, Abia, Anambra, and all these eastern states in Nigeria today, they were built by the Igbos themselves. Can you believe that? Everything you see in there, just now, you see in another part of Nigeria, right? You can point out what federal government of Nigeria has built or is building. You can't point at any in eastern Nigeria. Can you believe that? And say, oh, yeah, this is the completed in the last 63 years. So, okay, cut it down. After the Civil War in 1970, now, multiply that till now, that's going to be like 53 years, Abi. 53 years of after the Civil War. There is no any major real project of Nigeria government in eastern part of Nigeria, and it's deliberate. So those are the people that you want to compare with the rest of Nigeria, right? And say, they should go and develop their land. They should go and do that. They have always been doing that. If when you point at railways, when you point at airports, when you point at a federal road, when you point at federal medical centers and the rest of that, when you point at things right like that in other parts of Nigeria, go and check those funding deals in eastern Nigeria. Then you understand that you are living in a country that is, we call many Nigerias. Many Nigerias. There's never one Nigeria. But still, the prominent Yorubas, intelligent Yorubas said, if they don't want to, if they don't want to restructure Nigeria now, at least let's not start the healing. If you want to heal Nigeria, let an Igbo man be the next president. They've never been. There's also an unwritten convention. Unwritten convention that an Igbo man will never be president of Nigeria. All they need is just give them any excuse, anything flimsy or what have you. Igbo man will never be president of Nigeria. They've never been, and they will never be, because those who claim to be the owners of Nigeria, they will never let that happen. So the Afenifere said they are endorsing Obi. What happened? Tinubu went there and divided them. Factions automatically, I mean, he immediately created factions in Afenifere. Labour Party said that, NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, they said they are now endorsing a Labour Party candidate as their own presidential candidate without delay. Tinubu and his people, they created faction. You may not know, Abi. Oh, they have created faction in NSC as we talk, as we speak right now. NLC. Now, just 2 days ago, we started seeing things like this person. You see that old man, that with his Irugbon. That is Mr. Abi Alaji. No, I think I should say Mr. or Alaji Mr. Lamidi Apapa. You see that man on the left, Lamidi Apapa, a Tinubu to G, has just granted an interview to say, a press conference to say, he is the chairman of a Labour Party in Nigeria. And the attempt is to make sure that that chairman there that said that they have invaded their secretariat in Abuja, Abere. So what will happen next is that, they will suspend Peter Obi. You will hear an announcement that he's been suspended. Okay, that's the effort, even though there is already a court, I think they've already gotten a court judgment. A court judgment that, what do you call it here? A court judgment that says all these are shenanigans, right? But hey, Natif Numbu they represent, oh, look at his face. You've never seen him. You won't see him. Including the judges that will give them the court judgment and everything. The media that will begin to invite him. You will begin to see him on TV. You begin to see him on radio and hear him on radio, on newspaper. Now, Tinubu they work for. When it's done, it will disappear. You won't hear him again. You will never see him again. Okay? And I think when Obi said he's under pressure, right? This is the kind of pressure he probably must be referring to. Again.
Now, the Labour Party office is under attack. All the doors at the national headquarters have been broken and they have entered the office, purportedly trying to hold a meeting in the office. That meeting is not authorized by me. It's not authorized by the National Working Committee. The Labour Party is under serious attack, personally and individually, because of the case we have against the APC in courts. All of this blackmail, all of this attack is tailored towards destroying the mandate that has been freely given to us by Nigerians. Nigerians must rise to the occasion, defend their country, defend democracy, and defend the Labour Party. Thank you.
Nigerians, arise. Now, Obidients, just call them. Now, those ones, they wait for protest. Since they don't wait, say me, they just tell them. So, yeah, go on. Kingsley Moghalu wrote extensively, very good stuff about this murderer on the right, this genocidist. That man on the right, that old man on the right is Yakubu Gowon. Is the guy, as a soldier, who went to Aburi in Ghana to meet with, as a soldier, as well as a supposed military administrator in Nigeria. Okay? So, when they got to Ghana, the military administrator for Eastern region, Odimegu Ojukwu, they went to Ghana to discuss, their disagreements, okay? And in fact, to discuss the Nigeria differences and the demands of the people of Eastern Nigeria, not Igbozo, listen, not Igbozo, the people of Eastern region, which comprises of the areas you call Niger Delta today. See that thing, That's the reason why Nigeria will never work, okay? That war, a lot of people have their own different stories, history and all that, okay? But you know what happened? It could have been prevented, avoided, totally. Yakubu Gowon, when he got to Ghana, and remember at that time, the eastern region of Nigeria is pretty much like an independence region. There's nothing like one Nigeria, even still. Sure you get. They appointed Ojukwu as the military administrator for Eastern Nigeria, and it was like their military governor, like that, for the entire place. So he said, my people have been slaughtered and killed up north for the past 15 years. The killings of the Igbos, which started in northern Nigeria, mass killings, oh, this one is not like two fighting, mass killings. That people just go about and start looking for Igbos. Started from as far back as late 40s, 1940s. Yeah? 1950, before Nigeria gained independence. Oh. Then they gained independence and the whole thing now led to the coup that happened. And the Igbos targeted their businesses and slaughtered. They said, well, they are now moving back to the east. In fact, a lot of them are moving down to the east now. Let's sort this and just clear it once and for all. We need peaceful return of the Igbos from other parts of Nigeria, the Igbos that want to return, the safe protection of their properties, even if they have to leave. And then, as it is, the Igbos are going to, the people of Eastern Nigeria are going to conduct a referendum, which they did. And it was like they're going to leave. So part of the deal was that, no, they shouldn't leave. You still have your autonomy. You can have your autonomy. There's about the protection of Igbos, as well as the Easterners from any part of Nigeria who were sure of that. But keep your power. Don't leave. So okay, then we'll meet again. They went back to Nigeria. Yakubu Gowon, this murderer, got back to the office and they told him, the caliphate told him that, are you mad? Are you mad? Are you actually mad? You went to Ghana to go and make an agreement that you just ceded the Eastern Nigeria. You just gave them Biafra. You just gave them independence. Are you mad? That was what changed everything. Before you know it, Gowon just gave a national broadcast. A national broadcast that, the people, Ojukwu, and all the people who are like, the Biafrans and the rest of them from Eastern Nigeria, they were terrorists. They were rebels. Do you even remember that? The Ojukwu called them, Gowon called Ojukwu. After the, no fight, so they even drank wine together in Ghana. When Gowon got to Nigeria, he called Ojukwu a rebel. The Ojukwu is planning war. And because of that, Gowon will have to defend every territorial land of Nigeria. That was what started the war. It shouldn't have been any war. No war. But ego, as well as God knows that they've had all of it planned eventually. There's people, you see all those 5 million people that they slaughtered in the eastern part of Nigeria. They will still never just die like that. They will never have died like that. That was what led to that. But you know something? Kingsley Moghalu, who is trying to insatiate himself and make himself look like he belongs to the, he belongs to the yearning of the young generation. In 2019, he was everywhere. I was even sharing his content. The same way I was sharing the content of Sowore and others. I was sharing his content. I was like, yeah, anybody against the establishment. Anybody against the establishment. I like anybody who is against the establishment. The Were came out and he started praising this genocidist. He called him the greatest leader. Unifier, the beautiful this and that. And he went as far as to go and take pictures with him, okay? And shared, I was like, Olori Bruku ni Kingsley ni. Kiloman Shawan Olori Bruku himself. But he's probably not that Olori Bruku per se. It is what the system is, okay? You just have to kind of, you have to clean their asses. You have to look like a good boy so that he can recommend you for something nice in Nigeria. That's why they say people like us no get future for Nigeria. Me, I no get future for Nigeria. And persuaded, she Nigeria self get future. Somebody look at me and he said, Mayegun, the way you are talking, I hope you don't have political ambition, Sha. Mayegun, I hope you are not going to later in the future and say you want to come and be something in Nigeria. Because people will remember your future. That's what they tell people. They say, think about your future. What about your future? You want to, they can, these people are very powerful. I say, but Nigeria self don't get future. Now the deceit they are deceiving you with that. A lot of you, since you are like this, they are telling you to be very careful. Your future is about your future. Only for you to grow, you are now a grown-up man. Now you've realized that there's actually no future that they were promising you that time. no future. You just have to like figure it out yourself. Abi, I will never tell my children that they shouldn't speak their mind because Nigeria of their future. Abulori brukuni Nigeria future ni. Abi Nigeria future. Abi Nigeria future to ti blow fe. O fe blow pa gbogbo ẹ̀yin wèrè oni future Nigeria ni. Kí ló kàn mí àti Nigeria? Kí ni future mi ṣe Nigeria? Ìwọ rojo see ojú mi dada. Look at my face very well. Ṣé ìwọ rojo ọ̀la mi Nigeria? Abulori brukuni ni. So future Nigeria. That's why I do respond as Abulori brukuni. Look at my future Nigeria. In case if you want to say you want to be governor, so that you can go and start looking for how to come and get money from me, Abi, and say, hey, this Mayegun can never be our governor. This Mayegun is enemy of it. This Mayegun is very insulting. They say, why? Okay, hey, bros, come. And I'm not that insulting. Say, I'm a very good person. If you come closer to me, like, hey, okay, I'm a funny kokokotomalo. Brother, journalist. Social media warrior. Don't worry, we are the same. Give him $200. That's even too much. Give him $50. Phone $50 or phone £50. The way they will begin to change his word. I didn't know that Mayegun was such a nice person. Mayegun is the best for Ogun State. The future of Ogun State is safe with Mayegun. Say, Omo, do you see that Mayegun's #1 critic? The person that was always attacking Mayegun, the FFK, Mayegun. Mayegun to FFK. I don't give him porridge. If you see the way they write about Mayegun now, say, Esa, why are you now writing nice about Mayegun? I thought you said you will expose Mayegun. You will make sure Mayegun is. No. It was when I got closer. You know, I'm a journalist. I investigated and I got closer. I realized that I've been wrong. There's something wrong in saying I'm wrong. Ironical wrong. Sure, you get. All I need is to just have enough money. I can make a lot of people to disgrace their family names, their family members, and then to hit their own shit and hit their own vomit. No be so? So she me offer crash courses on how to break into, on how to actually take political power in any part of Nigeria. I can actually teach a crash course on that if you pay me well. I'll tell you, go need the crash course. Show need to 10 billion. You just, if you have up to 10 billion, you want to be governor, 10 billion, well spent. Even kings and royal father and past, everybody go to see vision. Now you then go to see. Including party chairman of other political parties. Then now you then go to see. I can offer crash courses on that. Social media. You now come to me on social media. Do you know that you may have future? Your future is very important. You will watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. 10 billion no if you spend more than that you can waste any. See, if you come to me and you say you have 10 billion, I would take if you have 10 billion, I would take 20% of that. That's my own what do you call it? Consultancy fee. 20% of 10 billion, that's 2 billion naira. I'll take that. The remaining 8 billion, Wari biti babalawo television like wofa. They go tell you saying they see you. They go see you for moon. The level of the kind of propaganda and those who are going to pay. The people of Dios, they will be seeing you in the moon. We will make them believe that you are in the moon. They will go outside in the night and say they saw you in the moon. They will see vision. From Moshalashi to you will see Afar where they see vision. That's Nigeria for you. Everything else is just on the surface. So, Koshidano. But just know that if you get that 10 billion, it'd be like, say, maybe you just, close your eyes like this. Man come bring one drum, fire day inside, and you just open the bail money. They open the bail, they pour them inside the fire. Not that you just be like, we have spent 4 billion, not 4 billion, yeah. We have spent 8 billion, 8 billion here. Go and start planning your inauguration. Is that the country that somebody will not tell you that your future? You tell you majority. Those who even have the money, they are so poverty, fear of poverty of the mind. You see people who are rich, they are stealing money, but they can't really do anything productive with the money. They have money, but look at everywhere. Poverty of the mind. It's the fear of poverty. If this money finish now, waiting I go take the bugai again. Waiting I go take the rough farm again. So they steal and steal and steal, even when they don't need them. Sure, you get poverty. You know, Maria Pogana must go control ni sorry diaro daku ketu. To pada to change your rene to pada the yes sir. To say yes sir. Aro daku ketu. Nigeria. Anyway, Kingsley Mohalu, people are now saying that he fell off. Look at this guy. He's the leader of the Jagaban army. He's not a fascist, according to those who are speaking grammar. Jagaban army, the leader of the Jagaban army. My Lagos is not your Lagos. These are APC, Egbekegbe's members. These are the people who orchestrated the killings of Igbos in Lagos, attack on non-Yorubas in Lagos and Yorubas alike. So they are not fascists. In the book of the confused professor or confessor. They're actually not like calling him professor. They say, look at that here. Omo agbado ni gbogbo Igbo agbado Igbo oka. Lower lori confessor. Take that to the bank. Now let's go to another one. This particular one is when people are playing, when they are trying to think that they are smarter, when they are not. Part of what keeps the criminals in Nigeria in power is the propaganda. The propaganda of them doing something, right, and accusing others of it. Then the hypocrisy of false rage. Like, I am so angry, So Obi said they wanted to force him to leave Nigeria, and he's not going anywhere. Sure you get. So others now said that how dare Obi, because they are not just tackling him because of what they said is this is religious war and that fake audio. Okay, that's not the only thing. They are tackling him for saying he's going to make Nigeria from consumption to production, and said that he's going to lift the northerners out of poverty. See, look at these bigots. Look at these tribal bigots. How dare he use the northern Nigeria as example of the poverty capital in Nigeria? So, Nala say the northern Nigeria is the poverty capital, Abi. How dare Obi is using the poverty in the north to mock the north. That is why he's saying that, but everybody is talking about the poverty in the north. Everybody. I mean, almost everybody, because it's true. Okay, if you don't know, right, 8 years of APC, Egbekegbe, if you want to describe something, what would you describe this? Children, that are being, raised to be beggars, not children receiving education, northern Nigeria, and they say it is their culture. Which kind of culture it is? The Alimajuris. Every time you hear about Alimajuri, those are the Alimajuris, and that's just a tiny. It got so bad that they are deporting them. Imagine, northern governors were deporting children to different states. They said these ones are from that state. This one is from that state, and these ones are from that state. They are bossing children in Nigeria. Nigerians, they are bossing them from one state, Sokoto to Taraba. Kaduna to Kano. Sure you get Niger to Kebbi. They are deporting children that their parents gave to Islamic clerics in northern Nigeria to help raise. Now the Islamic clerics, they will now send the children on the streets with bows. Children as young as 3 years old kids, to hold bows and start begging for money everywhere. So from whatever they make is what they are going to feed from, and they will give the rest to their imam. And those are the imams that are also going to address the Jumat service and tell them why they must never vote for infidels. These are open secrets. But they say because Obi talk saying won't lift them and there is going to they say he is a bigot. How dare he use the poverty in the north to, But this is Lamido.
Misdefining and misunderstanding our priorities. And we have to be very honest with ourselves. I'm an economist and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers and we look at poverty. If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you'll find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts? Why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999, and we just heard the opening verses today, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. This is the very first verse revealed in the Quran. How come that the state that started Sharia is not the one that is the most educated state? In fact, how come that in that state in 2017, only 24 children got 5 credits in secondary school? How do we define Sharia? How do we define Islam? Illiteracy? Malnutrition? Children on the streets? We have to ask ourselves. And we can't ask those questions until we begin to understand through usul that you have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims. We need Muslims that are not begging. We need Muslims who are standing on their feet. Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north. The Prophet said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kufri wal-faqri.
Amen. Amen. Although, if that one miss yarn tomorrow, I will let you know that it don't miss yarn again. But on this one, Shero Lopa, is he lying? Does Islam mean poverty? Does a Sharia means to live poor? Every time you say something, the North remember. The North will remember. You decided to go. We will remember. Yeah, we did not remember. Remember waiting. At least remember your poverty first. Remember what? Remember your poverty. Remember your terrorism. Because if there's anything that disobedient exposed in this your charade election yet, it is the fact that the Islamic North is a minute, tiny part of Nigeria. The Sharia North. There is no 19th state in northern Nigeria. You only have just about 7 or 8 of them. The rest are those they dragged into themselves, and they changed their name to Hausa names, and they make you believe that they are northern Nigeria. That is breaking off now. I'm not joking, it's breaking off. A serious one. And they are not saying it. They are not. Or maybe they are, they just don't know how to handle it. Wherever it is. Sir.
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be fraudster.
You're not gonna.
You calling a dignity? Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be fraudster.
They say the devil is a liar, but you are legendary. We know a liar on sight. Of course, the truth must be bent in the mouth way, and a little thing don't bend one side. Like, take it to election is fair. There is no Obabotin. That's speculative. Do you know you're disruptive? I will pass him ballot just because my grandchildren are 50 ballots. So with my gray hair, make I go to court when they only sing cut here now, pot a cut. Fast, put your hands down. The nation is in crisis. I tell you, flex down. We have failed you. I'm 70 something and my generation
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be first
Next argument. I leave the rest for the next argument.
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be first. Grandpa Ton Rap, we have failed you. Our generation, the old man knows that their generation have failed us. Yeah? And that is why when somebody failed to call this kind of act fascism, they don't deserve anybody's respect. What do you call this? Repeat them again. Or this.
Please, if you don't want vote for us, please sit down for sit down for
Anyway, as as muddy, mushy as the whole things are, there are still people who want to knock senses into the heads of those propagating nonsense. And now this guy, see, listen to this one.
Me matsalan mu sai mun jawo kanmu duniya gabaki ɗaya ta zo ta kalle mu sai mun jawo kanmu raba ƙasar alhali mu kaɗai ne ba mu shirya ba. Ku sani Najeriya nan ƙasa uku ce ko kun ko kun so, ƙasar Yaraba, ƙasar Inyamurai, Arewa. To Arewa yanzu wannan abin ya raba mu, yanzu a Arewa ma mun tabbatar Kiristocin Arewa ba namu bane ba.
So it's right. Whether they are living on the lie, whether they are accepting it now or not, Nigeria is living on a borrowed time. Sooner or later, Nigeria will break up. Now, what is now left is that would you try and save Nigeria from total breakup by bringing about a sort of a government where everybody can be in charge of their own affair? There's nothing called a federal allocation anymore. May everybody go make their own decision and let every region handle their own affairs they choose. Or everything will scatter. It's just a matter of time. It's not because you want it or you don't. And that is why I am going to read to you. I'm going to take course, or hopefully not. Okay, I wish I would take course, but if I don't, well, fine. So, the people of Nasarawa, first women, now children, they are still out. They've resumed that what the level of rigging, robbery that Mr. Yakubu carried out in Nasarawa, they will not stop this until that is changed. Then I'm going to go and read Chimamanda's letter to Joe Biden. You might be interested in that. I don't know if I'm a good reader, but I will still read. Nasarawa.
Even students came out boldly to protest today. Wow. Yeah, we need our mandate. Wow. Okay. Student has joined today's protest. Wow. Wow. The protest is amazing. Yes, so by God's grace, we are going to reclaim our mandate. Recover. Yes.
Today, I want to declare without equivocation
Today, I want to declare without equivocation. Today, I want to declare without equivocation.
What's going on?
Right. Now, this is going to be me reading the content of this letter. Then when I finish and it is not too late, I will take calls. Okay, this may take me like about 20 minutes because I won't be reading like I'm reading to myself. I'll be reading so that you can actually like possibly follow too. This is, and I want you to listen to the wordings, okay? Chimamanda is an award-winning writer, publisher as well. So I may not even be able to pronounce right some of the wordings she probably puts in that letter, but I'll do my best. However they come, manage them. But if you want the content of the letter, right, I will publish the link in the comment section, okay? You can go read that. So, right. Now, let's read. The international campaign have started. I told you that Askolu is planning to do his own local biribiri baranda. Of course, there are other people all over the world that are actually like rising to say, but something must be done. No? If something is done, let the world get ready for what is going to happen. So, Nigeria's hollow democracy. Why is America congratulating the winner of this disastrous election by Chimamanda Adichie? Now, a letter to President Joe Biden. Dear President Biden, Amanda is American, by the way, so you know, right? She is American. Now, something remarkable happened on the morning of February 25th, the day of the Nigeria presidential election. Many Nigerians went out to vote, holding in their hearts a new sense of trust. Cautious trust, but still trust. Since the end of military rule in 1999, Nigerians have had little confidence in elections. To vote in a presidential election was to brace yourself for the inevitable aftermath, fraud. Elections would be rigged because elections were always rigged. The question was, how badly? Sometimes voting felt like an inconsequential gesture as predetermined winners were announced. A law passed last year, the 2022 Electoral Act, changed everything. It gave legal backing to the electronic accreditation of voters and electronic transmission of results in a process determined by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The chair of the commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, assured Nigerians that votes will be counted in the presence of voters and recorded in a result sheet, and that a photo of the signed sheet would immediately be uploaded in a secure server. When rumors circulated about the commission not keeping its word, Yakubu firmly rebutted them. In a speech at Chatham House in London, a favorite influence burnishing aunt of Nigerian politicians, he reiterated that the public will be able to view polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day. Nigerians applauded him. If results were uploaded right after voting was concluded, then the ruling party, the APC, which has been in power since 2015, would have no opportunity for manipulation. Technology would redeem Nigerian democracy. Results would no longer feature more votes than voters. Nigerians would no longer have their leaders chosen for them. Elections would finally capture the true voice of the people. And so, trust and hope were born. By the evening of February 25th, 2023, that trust had dissipated. Election workers had arrived hours late or without basic election materials. There were reports of violence, of a shooting at a polling unit, and of political operatives stealing or destroying ballot boxes. Some law enforcement officers seem to have colluded in voter intimidation. In Lagos, a policeman stood idly by as an APC spokesperson threatened members of a particular ethnic group who he believed would vote for the opposition. Most egregious of all is the Electoral Commission reneged on its assurance to Nigerians. The presidential results were not uploaded in real time. Voters, understandably suspicious, reacted. Videos from polling stations show voters shouting that result be uploaded right away. Many took cell phone photos of the result sheets. Curiously, many polling units were able to upload the result of the House and Senate elections, but not the presidential election. A relative who voted in Lagos told me, in quote, we refused to leave the polling unit until the INEC staff uploaded the presidential results. The poor guy kept trying and kept getting an error message. There was no network problem. I had internet on my phone. My bank app was working. The Senate and House results were easily uploaded. So why couldn't the presidential result be uploaded on the same system? Some electoral workers in polling units claimed that they could that they could not upload the results because they didn't have a password, an excuse that voters understood to be subterfuge. By the end of the day, it had become obvious that something was terribly amiss. No one was surprised when, by the morning of 26th, social media became flooded with evidence of irregularities. Result sheets were now slowly being uploaded on the INEC portal and could be viewed by the public. Voters compared their cell phone photos with the uploaded photos and saw alterations, numbers crossed out and rewritten. Some originally written in black ink had been rewritten in blue. Some blunderingly whited out with Tipex. The election had been not only rigged, but done in such a shabby manner that it insulted the intelligence of Nigerians. Nigerian democracy had long been a two-party structure. Nigerian democracy had long been a two-party structure, power alternating between the APC and People's Democratic Party, until this year, when the Labour Party led by Peter Obi became a third force. Obi was different. He seemed honest and accessible. And his vision of anti-corruption and self-sufficiency gave rise to a movement of supporters who called themselves Obidients. 1 second. Sorry for that interruption, okay? I'm just trying to check something out here. I have, right, thank you. I have here as well. Well, thank you. All right, let's continue. The APC, hang on, said unusually large, enthusiastic crowds turned up for his rallies. The APC considered him an upstart who could not win because his small party lacked traditional structures. It is ironic that many images of altered result sheets showed votes overwhelmingly being transferred from Labour Party to the APC. As vote counting began at INEC, representatives of different political parties, except for the APC, protested. The results being counted, they said, did not reflect what they had documented at the polling units. There were too many discrepancies. In quotes, one of them, there is no point in progressing in error, Mr. Chairman. We are racing to nowhere. One party spokesperson said to Yakubu, let us get it right before we proceed with the collation. But the INEC chair, opaque-faced and lordly, refused. The counting continued swiftly until at 4:10 a.m. on March 1, the ruling party's candidate, Bola Tinubu, was announced the president-elect. A subterranean silence reigned across the country. Few people celebrated. Many Nigerians were in shock. Why? My young cousin asked me, did INEC not do what it said it would do? It seemed truly perplexing that in the context of a closely contested election, in a low-trust society, the Electoral Commission would ignore so many glaring red flags in its rush to announce a winner. It had the power to pause vote counting, to investigate irregularities, as it would do in the governorship elections 2 weeks later. Rage is brewing, especially among young people. The discontent, the despair, the tension in the air have not been this palpable in years. How surprising then to see the U.S. State Department congratulate Tinubu on March 1. In quotes, we understand that many Nigerians and some of the parties have expressed frustration about the manner in which the process was conducted and the shortcomings of technical elements that were used. For the first time in a presidential election cycle, the spokesperson said, and yet, the process was described as a competitive election that represents a new period for Nigerian politics and democracy. Really? American intelligence surely cannot be so inept. A little homework and they would know what is manifestly obvious to me and so many others. The process was imperiled not by technical shortcomings, but by deliberate manipulation. An editorial in Washington Post echoed the State Department's intent, if not in effect, in affect, in an oddly infantilizing tone, as though intended to mollify the simple-minded. We are told that officials have asserted that technical glitches, not sabotage, were the issue. That much good came from Nigerian elections, which are worth celebrating because, among other things, no one has blocked highways, as happened in Brazil after Jair Bolsonaro lost his re-election bid. We are also told that it is encouraging, first, that the losing candidates are pursuing their claims through the courts. Though any casual observer of Nigerian politics will know that courts are the usual recourse after elections. The editorials as the imaginative poverty, right, so characteristic of international coverage of African issues. No reading of the country's mood, no nuance or texture, but its intellectual laziness, unusual in such a rigorous newspaper, is astonishing. Since when does a respected paper equivocally ascribe to benign malfunction something that may very well be malignant? Just because government officials say so. There is a kind of cordial condescension in both the State Department and the Washington Post's responses to the election, that the bar for what is acceptable has been so lowered can only be read as contempt. I hope, President Biden, that you do not personally share this cordial condescension. You have spoken of the importance of a global community for democracy and the need to stand up for justice and the rule of law. A global community for democracy cannot thrive in the face of apathy from its most powerful member. Why would the United States, which prioritizes the rule of law, endorse a president-elect who has emerged from an unlawful process? Compromise is a ubiquitous. See that? I told you, I may not be able to pronounce some of our English. Tough, I'm just trying to you get? Well, I'll just read it as it's written. So, She said, where is that again? The ubiquitous. What is that? What are you ubiquitous? That's last one. We have a cost problem. No. They have been compromised. Nigerians will say, okay, yeah. Compromise is ubiquitous. Ubiquitous word. In Nigeria's political landscape, it is used to mean bribed, but also corrupted, more generally. They have been compromised. Nigerians will say, to explain so much that is wrong, from infrastructure failures to unpaid pensions, many believe that the INEC chair has been compromised. But there is no evidence of the astronomical US dollar amount he is rumored to have received from the president-elect. The extreme wealthy Tinubu is himself known to be an enthusiastic participant in the arts of compromising. Some Nigerians call him a drug baron because in 1993, he forfeited to the United States government $460,000 US of his income that a Chicago court determined to be proceeds from heroin trafficking. Tinubu has strongly denied all the charges of corruption. Hang on. Right. Anyway, I hope it will not surprise you, Mr. President Biden, if I argue that the American response to the Nigerian election also bears the faint taint of that word compromised. Because it is so removed from the actual situation in Nigeria as to be disingenuous. As the United States once again decided that what matters in Africa is not democracy but stability, perhaps you could tell British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who quickly congratulated Tinubu, that an illegitimate government in a country full of frustrated young people does not portend stability? Or is it about that effulgent nemesis China? As to much of US foreign policy now invariably seems to be, the battle for the influence in Africa will not be won by supporting the same undemocratic processes for which China is criticized. This Nigerian election was supposed to be different, and the US response must not be business as usual. The Nigerian youth, long politically quiescent, have awoken. About 70% of Nigerians are under 30. Many voted for the first time in this election. Nigerian politicians exhibit a stupefying ability to tell bare-faced lies. So to participate in political life has long required a suspension of conscience. But young people have had enough. They want transparency, they want a transparency and truth. They want basic necessities, minimum corruption, and competent political leaders, and an environment that can foster their generation's potential. This election is also about the continent. Nigeria is a symbolic crucible of Africa's future, and a transparent election will rouse millions of other young Africans who are watching and who long for the substance and not the hollow form of democracy. If people have confidence in the democratic process, it engenders a hope. And nothing is more essential to the human spirit than hope. Today, election results are still being uploaded on the INEC server. Bizarrely, many contradict the result announced by INEC. The opposition parties are challenging the election in court, but there is reason to worry about whether they will get a fair ruling. INEC has not fully complied with the court orders to release election materials. The credibility of the Nigerian Supreme Court has been stained by its recent judgments in political cases, or so-called judicial coronations, such as in which the court declared the winner of the election for governor of Imo State, a candidate who had come in 4th place. Right? Lawlessness has consequences. Lawlessness has consequences. I like that. Everyday Nigerians are coming out into the street to protest the election. APC, uneasy about his soiled victory, is sounding shrill and desperate. as though still in campaign mode. It has accused the opposition party of treason, an unintelligent smear easily disproved by, but disquieting nonetheless. Because false accusations are often used to justify malicious state actions. I supported Peter Obi, the Labour Party candidate, and I hoped it would win as polls predicted. But I was prepared to accept any results because we had been assured that technology would guide the sanctity of votes. The smoldering disillusionment felt by many Nigerians is not so much because their candidate did not win as because the election they adhered to trust was, in the end, so unacceptably and unforgivably flawed. Congratulating its outcome, President Biden tarnishes America's self-proclaimed commitment to democracy. Please do not give the sheen of legitimacy to an illegitimate process. The United States should be what it says it is. Sincerely, Chimamanda Adichie. Writing the president of America. More international dragging don't start. Tinubu may be sworn in as the president of Nigeria. Let's see how he is going to actually be treated as one, or in fact, hold that country together. We'll see, if you ask me. So what people are now saying is that they should arrest Obi or send him out of Nigeria and then make everything just bust. Somebody said that, am I going to forget about that later? Nothing they will do. It's not about what they will do. Don't worry. You will figure it out later. That people can win election with propaganda. Okay? You can intimidate and do all of that. But you will not be able to rule a country with propaganda and lies. And if Tinubu is one of those who didn't know that, he's about to learn it in a different way. Nigeria won't have any peace, let's be honest, okay? They will need more force, more kind of, more kind of oppression, suppression, and intimidation, and even death for them to actually be able to wake up a day and go to bed at night and still say, well, we are still in charge, and it won't last. Trust me. Things have gone out of hands. And with the way it's going to be, right? Trust me again, even Kolu will run away at some point. He will disappear. Because as it is right now, we are just praying that they do something. Arrest him. Arrest Obi.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair.
So whether they send him away or not, what have you? Just trust that we will follow everything that is going on there. You can bank on that, okay? Now, here is another one. I've mentioned it anyway. So what they are doing right now, right? What they are doing right now is to see, since they are asking Obi to withdraw his case. Ogbeni, go and withdraw your case, Jari. So if he's not going to do it, so they will do it for him. That's what they're about to. But unfortunately, the same court that they went to go and take, they went to court to go and get an injunction, God knows what. And they said their party chairman is not the party chairman anymore. Another man is the party chairman. And that man is going to be this Akpata or something, or Akpala, this old man. So what they are working on right now is to make sure that they give him media coverage. Okay, he's working for Tinubu APC. You can take that to the bank. All right, the crisis you are going to see in Labour Party is orchestrated by Tinubu, and you're going to see people. They are already, including the judges, that they are going to use. So what they want to do is that they want to withdraw the case from the courts or destroy the case entirely by saying the Labour Party did not nominate Obi. Obi joined them later time. Obi is not their candidate. In fact, it shouldn't be their presidential candidate. They are going to do the same thing for this guy in Lagos and a few other people too. Yeah. So they're going to make sure that all of the people who contested under Labour Party, including the ones that is governor today, the ones that are, you know what I mean, all those ones that elected their senator and rep, this is like a sweep, a sort of a drug cartel kind of a takeover, okay? What they want to do is that once they remove the chairman of Labour Party, the next thing is going to be, they will say all the people that he nominated as Labour Party candidates, they are nominated illegally, that he had no legal power to nominate anybody. So therefore, all of them that they have given a certificate of return, that means they contested under illegal nomination, wrong nomination. So what that means is that whoever came second in all the places they declared Labour Party, they will tell them to go and be the rep. Now this is going to be like everything that you have of Obidients today will just disappear in one sweep. Your chairman will be gone. Obi's court case will be gone, like destroyed completely. Labour Party will withdraw from it. Obi will now be like on his own. It's no longer Labour. You know what I mean? It is that bad. So people are now saying that why are they doing all of that if the guy didn't win? Like this guy, you declared him third. Why are you unleashing this much on that guy if he didn't win? Something is really wrong. Something is wrong. Well, let me tell you something. Somebody said that, I love this Mayegun. I love Vas. Mayegun is, defending disobedient and all of that, defending us. Mayegun, you are a star. See, here you get. Number one, when I see injustice, I will speak. It doesn't matter if I know you or I don't. I know the genesis of the obedient and the rest and what led to everything. I know about it. Okay? I know the injustice that they have meted at you, all of you. I know about that. And I share them all the time because I want to see you, right? I want to see you destroy those who did that to you. But look at me very well, okay? I don't believe, say, there's any court that's going to make Obi president. I don't believe, say, they're going to even make Obi president. You know what I like about you is that you are working so hard. You've worked so hard, okay? To the point that those who told you that you had no structure, bullying you on social media, calling you mob and all of that, they felt your pang. They felt your bite during the election. It means that you are not just on social media. You are everywhere. So what that means is that the establishment that is underrating you, I am praying codedly. May them continue to underrate you. May them provoke you. May everything come scatter. That's why I'm presenting your case to everybody. So that when as they are gaslighting you, trying to call you wrong names, so that they can start killing you. My job is to tell the whole world that they are lying against you. They are doing this against you. To tell the truth, okay? It's not because I believe in anything you are doing. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe in anything on Nigeria. Let's be honest. I don't. But because I believe that in the process of you trying to find Nigeria, fix Nigeria, you are going to come across what is the real problem of Nigeria. In fact, participating in their politics is going to help you understand Nigeria very well. So those who believe that they are the owners of Nigeria, that they can trample on anybody, beat anybody to silence, chase everybody away, will not be the kind of tough opponent they didn't prepare for. So to me as Mayegun, they try to make sure the world knows about you and the lies they are telling against you. Also, I am also hoping that the people that are doing this, they will never stop, so that they could just, provoke you until Obi self no go fit control you. You get the drift. So by the time you begin to act, you haven't attacked anybody, you haven't threatened anybody. I have not seen any report whereby they say Obidients did this or that. No, you haven't. But they are provoking you, and they are telling the world that you are the one. So my job is to tell them, no, you are not. So that the day you are going to fight, you go be surprised that a lot of the old people are actually expecting you to fight since. Because now that fight go settle more. Court no go settle more. I told you election will not settle it. A lot of you told me to wait and see. Here you get, I believed you. I said, okay, I'll wait. Now they have rigged you. Here you get, and you are fighting them every day. You are not going away. Normally when they rig, people when they rig, they say, everybody will just disappear. But when I know they go anywhere. So my prayer, coded prayer, why I'm motivating you every day, is that once you continue to discover how corrupt, how terrible those you call leaders are, and you are more angrier, so when everything finally propose, everything, we'll come back here and talk about the solution. There are people who know the solution, yes. So nobody say, here you get, I know they feel like, say, maybe I kind of believe that Obi is coming, or Obi is going to win in court, Obi is going, no, I don't believe that. Here you get, I don't. I just want to make sure that those people who wanted to stop you, prove them, get frustrating and let them make mistakes. Because when they make mistakes, they're going to come for you. They're going to get you angry. When you become that angry, you get that? What they are doing is to provoke you. But somehow, this Obi, he no go let you act. And that's why people are now saying that, okay, if them bond them well, arrest them. The people that are threatening, for example, this Femi Fonica and the rest of them, they are getting away with them because the person they are talking about is Obi. Any small thing, because my brother, my senior brother, my elder brother, or Benny, Ginger, more people, all your obedient, they are not happy with the way these guys are treating and all of that, right? Ginger was maybe will just show them small thing because all the, I said, no, even it's me, I would rather not abuse, you know what I mean? That's him. And I think that's actually what endears him to a lot of people, like Chimamanda said earlier. He won't even encourage them to go and, I don't know.
Do good. Why don't we do this? So for me, I don't have people, and that's why most of the time you even see me, apologizing and doing this. If they even say to me, you have to stop apologizing, I said, listen, this is me. I want to show people love when they show hatred. When you say people in the north, for example, will not vote for me, they are voting for me is that I'm going to solve their problem. I want people in the east to vote for people based on their competence, not vote for Peter because he's from the east. Okay. Do good.
I will even apologize. It got to a stage that Obidient, how many of you, if you are Obidient, how many of you remember the day Obidient were dragging Obi? The Obi was, people will say, Obi, talk to this, your people. Obi, you need to talk to this, your Obidient. To every small thing they are abusing us online. Obi, you need to talk. Then suddenly Obi just said, dear Obidient, I want to apologize to you. I want to ask you to that. Wait till they do this one. Would they tell you, say, maybe that? What is wrong with this Obi? Sorry, don't abuse our principal. Which principal? Obi self, they collect from his obedience. Sure you get. Appeal to them. So now they are now saying that, if anybody come for Obi, the person will collect, right? And that's actually what I want to see. That kind of the one that will say, pressure to wall everywhere. Let's keep the pressure. Make them continue to make mistakes. Now, when they make more mistakes and they dare you more, I would love to see a moment like this.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing.
Yummy. Anyway, I am going to take calls, okay? So what I'm going to do is that I don't know, should I take calls? Okay, I'll take calls. Now, I'm going to go make myself, I'm going to go for a break, okay? Make myself a cup of tea, and then I will come back and take calls. Just few calls tonight. But if you are still here with me, we are currently over 3,600 on YouTube. as usual. And only 900 of us have actually paid their offering. So if you haven't, please do. Your offering is to like the broadcast and possibly subscribe onto my channels. I am about to reach 80,000 on YouTube. Oh. 80,000. I got about 6,000 new people who joined us last month in March. Thank you. Welcome to the... See, turn around, turn to your neighbor and say, welcome on board, welcome to the temple of truth. Oh, yeah? Turn to them, shake them. 5,000, yeah, you know. Anyway, thank you, okay? So take me to 80, take me to 100, and let's take the temple there. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a minute or two, okay? You don't pay your time, I mean your offering. I mean, come on.
It's too much.
Like, hello there, sir.
Hello, Mayegun.
Yes, sir.
Baba.
How are you?
I'm very fine, Baba. I'm calling from northern Spain, okay?
Right.
Makwete. Do you remember Makwete?
I think I do. It's been a while.
It's been a while, but I'm always here with you online when you are kind of giving us the wisdom, the minahuele, adelantaos, que no vamos. This is Spanish, vámonos.
Right.
Let's go. Okay.
Right.
You see these people. You see them, all of them. They have constructed all these things right from the beginning. But they just stayed. They stayed just like they think everybody are just sleeping. What do you call it? The same head in one place. No.
And they are acting surprised that we know, and we are not taking their bullshit, and they're like acting like, why can't you all just respect? Respect who? Why can't we respect people who are like disrespecting us, thinking we are fools? Right?
That is why the temple that we are, the temple of truth, the temple of wisdom, the temple of rise up, restoration, revolution. How do I call it again? It's a lot of English, you know.
I know.
But we know them all. But the best thing I want to tell you is that you are safe. Nothing happens to you. I was listening to you yesterday. He said, my car got broken, and I wanted to call the insurance. Insurance came, they told me that it doesn't cover this or that. But you now said, I want to start this car because it's now left with 3 cylinders. Okay. Yes. And you drove it to your home in Glasgow.
83 miles. That's what I drove. 83 miles from a dead car. I drove a dead car. 83 miles because that was my last push. I had no option. I was like, no, I'm not going to pay another money here.
Yes.
And it worked.
Yes, Baba. Yes, Baba. Yes, but that is confidence. That is confidence. That is what we are lacking. We are running from the fight and we're going to meet the fight again.
We are.
All right. Why must you run from the fight? Not just fight and end it. Otherwise, the fight will be there waiting for us.
It will always be there.
You know?
That's
always be there. Please.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tell my people, let them wise up. I give other people space to talk. Let them wise up and speak.
They heard you loud and clear, by the way. So that's a brilliant one. It simply means that if you run away from it today, you are going to run into it in the, tomorrow eventually. It's just like kicking the can down the road. Once you get to that spot, you can see your can that you kick it to the front. Nigeria, we still have to either fight or we peacefully just break up and go our separate ways without having to further kill ourselves, which seems impossible these days. Hello there. Right, I have a caller here. Can you hear me? Okay. There is no tone, there's no sound, and I wouldn't understand why. So I'm going to ask you to please try back again, okay? I will end it. Sorry, So you can try it back again, and we hope, hopefully we'll connect. So yeah, thank you very much. You know, the line is still very much open. While I am here, I have received, you see, I have received the donation and support. Oh, my brother, Kalu, my brother. Thank you so much for that. Supporting this, our family supporter program, too. We appreciate you. Hello there.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello, buddy.
Yeah. Hey,
hello?
Yes, sir.
I've been following you.
Yeah, you are live.
You,
me and you are talking now. Sorry, your name?
Okay, my name is Amobi.
Amobi. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Beautiful. So, Baba, you are live. Everybody can hear you. Please. I think the line is acting up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. You know something, right?
Okay.
I'll just let you talk. Yeah, please just continue talking, okay? Yeah, continue.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes. It seems better now.
Okay, so your program was, I was live and my name is Amobi.
Amobi,
I'm calling you, I've been following you since 2016.
Wow. Thank you.
I was the one that sent you. I was the one that sent you a message one time. Say, are you angry with me? You now said no. If you can remember, a WhatsApp message.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Amobi. Yeah, even the name. When you say Amobi, it kind of came like something I have either heard or read. Just can't be. I can't picture, but yeah, I think I do. Baba, it's good enough. Yeah.
Okay. I've been following since 2016.
That's brilliant. Thank
7 years ago. Yeah, then I've not had opportunity to call. At times I felt the call, maybe you pick selected calls, but I said, let me try today. I now realize that you don't pick selected calls. It's just how call comes in.
I know.
Okay. Thank you so much for the wonderful work you've been doing.
Thanks, man.
But then it's clear that what Omoyele said, that the final solution to this rubbish is a brutal revolution. If they can go to the court and get a kangaroo judgment, suddenly remove Labour Party chairman, then we're in a big mess. We're in a big mess. Nnamdi Kanu said it that your PVC is useless. That is only INEC that has the power to announce whoever that wins. Is it not clear to us now?
It's clear. It is clear.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. Yorùbá ní pé ẹni tó bá jí epo kò ń ṣe olè. Ẹni tó bá ra epo yẹn ni olè gangan.
Ẹni tó gbé epo lọ́jà kì í ṣolè bí o ṣe ẹni tó gbà tó rà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
Yes. A white man said, I can accept the defeat of the flesh because the flesh is weak, but I cannot accept the defeat of the heart. It's just like you are dating a woman or a woman is dating a man. And that woman heart is with someone else or that man heart is with someone else. That is the worst kind of deceit. The flesh is weak. The flesh can push a man, he can cheat, a woman can cheat, but not when you are living with a woman and that woman's heart is with someone else. There is no danger that is as worse as that.
There's none.
The Nigerian establishment,
there, my brother. I be like, say you've already kind of prepared for a time like this. So please continue. I'm all yours.
Yes. The Nigerian establishment is a fraud and it's a big lie.
It is.
And what do you expect from a country that the Governor General of Nigeria, Frederick Lugard, and his girlfriend Flora Shaw decided a name to give to a country of 200 million bunch of black useless people? A night they decided this name, December 26, 1913, in Ikoyi here, and they went for a party after being drunk. Definitely they would have had sex at the height of the urge and all that. And the man asked the woman, "What do we call these people?" He said, "Let's call them." Yes, say let's call them Niger area. But come to think of it, Badero, you are from Ijebuland.
Yes, I am.
How close is Ijebu, your place in Ogun State, close to River Niger? Is it not distance away? Is it over 700 kilometers?
It's not up to 700 kilometers, but it's not far. If we use that parameter, you know what I mean? River Niger.
Yeah, but I'm only saying, I'm saying, okay, have you wondered why they called us Nigeria, that we're close to
you mean the source? No, if we say the source of River Niger, I'm very far from it. So no, I get that now.
Yeah, so no, but there are two rivers, River Niger and River Benue. Why did they call us Nigeria? Why did they call us Nigeria? Why didn't they call us Benuean since there's a River Benue? Have you wondered that?
I haven't.
Have you wondered that?
No, I haven't.
The name was concocted because the name Niger is the anglicized version of the word nigger. And nigger means dark. And go and check your dictionary. Black is not a color. Black means the absence of light. Go and check your dictionary. Don't quote me. Your dictionary says the word black is not a color. It's the absence of light.
It's like
and where there is no light means that yes. Where there is no light means there is darkness. And where you have darkness, the devil can prevail. Am I making sense to you?
You are connecting it. I'm just trying to put the dots together myself, just following you.
Yeah. So every country in Africa has changed their colonial name. Southern Rhodesia, Zambia to Zambia, Northern Rhodesia to Zimbabwe, Gold Coast to Ghana, Upper Volta to Burkina Faso. Have you wondered what is the meaning of the name Burkina Faso given by Thomas Sankara? Burkina Faso means the land of upright men. You live in Scotland.
Right.
You live in Scotland, and Scotland means the land of Scottish people.
It does.
England means the land of English people. Awolowo will say there are no Nigerians because nobody represents Nigeria.
Because Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression, he called it.
Expression. So that's why we must check the fundamental. Was your grandfather a Nigerian? No.
No, he wasn't.
My grandfather wasn't a Nigerian.
No.
So this name was just concocted because really no African country is independent. Let's be realistic. None. They only gave them a flag and an anthem.
And then they made them feel like they are free, but they are not. Habibi, you and I can stay here all night. You know that.
Yeah. Before I go, let our generation stop this mess. Otherwise, our children will ask us questions. Because at times I feel like asking my parents questions. Please, let's stop this nonsense. Anything we have to do to stop it, please, let's stop it.
I think we are headed there now. See, Ameobi, we are headed there now. We shouldn't deceive ourselves, okay? Yeah, we may have delays, distraction here and there.
Yeah.
But everything is pointing to one thing. Yeah. This Nigeria can't work.
Yeah.
And the way it's going, right?
It can.
Something will be done. Whether those who want to keep Nigeria want it or not, the whole thing is pointing to one thing. This whole thing won't last.
Yeah.
There may be delay.
Yeah, it won't.
There won't be denial.
Yeah.
Ameobi, I hope I'm lucky enough that you'll be a regular. I want to hear from you more. It's like this, okay? Please.
No problem.
Put effort,
No problem.
Put effort, and that you can be very busy, but put effort and make sure you get through. I love what you just did. Now, okay,
please,
thank you.
And tell my Yoruba brothers and Yoruba sisters that the Igbos are not their enemy.
Absolutely.
I've spoken in a language, even with proverb, that you don't expect me to come out with, right?
Well, I'm not surprised. It's just that it is, I've seen Igbos who can speak Yoruba, who can Owe and all of that very well, right? It is the type of way that you picked is a deeper one. It's not a freely used way. And, that's the one that got me like, Anyway, Amobi, I appreciate you, Baba. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. Right?
Thank you, my brother.
Nice one, man.
Yeah, thank
nice
you.
One. And you too, yeah. So I have someone that's on the line. Again, hello there.
Hello, Mayego.
Hello, sir.
How are you, Mayego? Long time. It's me, Bishop from Lagos.
Bishop, I was looking at that. I was like, Bishop, like you've changed your profile picture. Good enough. You're still putting on something that can show that you should be Bishop. How are you, sir?
Yes. Mayego, more fine. Thank God for everything.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful hearing from you again, sir.
Yes, my brother. One love. One love.
Sir. Thank you very much.
Come to the discussion of this evening.
Yes, sir.
I remember that I called last, was it not early last year?
Well,
and I mentioned on your program, I said Peter Obi should forget about contesting this election.
I think I remember.
That all I expected Peter Obi to do was to support the movement of Mazina Bekano and fight for the liberation of Biafra.
I do remember.
I said that even though Peter Obi wins the election in 2023, that these mafias, these vampires will never give power to him. And it came to pass.
I remember.
Truth be told, Peter Obi, the court can never rule in his favor. Rather, if push comes to shove, they'll rather cancel the entire election. But since INEC have decided with Buhari to give it to their man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then the only thing that can stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu's inauguration is if fight breaks out before May 29.
Like a revolution or something that is... Well, is that not going to be to the prayer of Buhari and his gang? Because we all know that they are doing all of this initially in any way to make sure that Nigeria is probably never going to have a transition. And every now and then, they will keep reminding us, Buhari will leave on the May 29. Buhari is getting ready to leave. Why are they reminding us? Like, as if to say he can say a day after if something is not going on.
Sorry, my ego.
Sir?
See,
Yeah?
Listen,
Yes, sir.
See, look at the game that is playing on now. They are already playing the game to divide Labour Party. Just as you have said, just to annul the case before the court. But I'm telling you, if the court fails to do the needful, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not going to enjoy his government.
Which is obvious anyway. Somebody just told me there, Bishop, that did you just say they want to remove subsidy? I say, did I just say? They have used your name to borrow 800 million from World Bank. They want to share it to you. Sir.
Around November, December last year, when Bola Tinubu was having a kind of a symposium with Labour Congress, in Lagos. He told them, he said he is going to remove subsidy.
Yes.
If you like protest, I will not listen to you. He has already told them.
I remember.
Yes. But I'm telling you, if Bola Tinubu stayed through May 29, a bigger force than Boko Haram, a bigger force than IPOB, a bigger force than whatever thing they see as a force
we might be experiencing right now
is going to topple his government. He's not going to have a peaceful rule in Nigeria. I'm telling you, he's not going to have a peaceful rule in Nigeria. They are sitting
because it's like he's forcing himself. It's like INEC is forcing him on everybody, And they are now saying, do your worst. Waiting you won't do. Waiting all of you won't do. Keep shouting. Keep screaming. Nothing you will do.
Exactly.
And okay, let's see how they're going to run it.
So we should just wait and see. Either Obi cry, or either Obi tell people to calm down. People will vent out their anger when the time comes. And we are getting there.
It's almost
because
time.
The people are tired.
Right.
There is hunger in the land. There is poverty seriously in the land. Last week, when the bus drivers protested,
if
you watch that video, you heard them saying they were the ones that M. Solomon used to go and run the Togre
for the election
rally.
That we are the election.
Yes, and I told them before the election. Since last year. I said, if Bola Tinubu wins this election, Sanwoolu win this election. I was telling most of their members within my
community.
I said, now they're hungry. Don't come to meet me for any help, because it is the same hardship this people are going to give to you. I'm also a citizen too, like you. So I will not render any help to you. And which is what is going to play at the end of the day.
So everybody is collecting now, and they haven't even taken power yet. So when they do, now everybody go collect for it.
Everybody go collect. Exactly. No exemption. No exemption of the Labour Party.
Pray for us, our soul and everything. May could remember us in your prayer, Bishop. Thank you so much, sir, for stopping by. It's really good to hear from you.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you so much, sir. You take care. And you too. So I have another caller on the line here. Hello there.
Yeah, Mayegu General.
Yes, sir. How are you?
The great Mayegu. I'm fine. Very good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there was a guy that talked about the name Nigeria. Yeah, he said it's the Niger area. Nigeria is not Niger area. Yeah, it's not Niger area. It's Niger area. Yeah, the word is Niger area. It's not Niger area.
It's Niger. Being nice, it's calling it Niger.
No, it's Niger. It's Niger area. You know, Niger is a derogatory name for black people. In America, if you say that, they classify it as a racial word. So because
it's pure girlfriend, I agree.
Yeah, the girlfriend of Lugard was drunk, and he saw black people as nigger. And that's why I say these are nigger areas. And if you look at it, really, nobody is in Nigeria. We are not Nigeria. If somebody asks you, where are you from? I'm a Yoruba man.
Yes.
You cannot say, you are not, because Nigeria is nobody's in Nigeria.
No, in real sense of it, see, officially, right? We all come from a place named Nigeria, but there's no real Nigerian. There's no Nigerian.
That's what I'm saying.
We all have our national. So, yeah, go on, Baba. Because we know who we are. We all know where we come from. Sure, you get.
Yeah.
Especially when go on.
It's a geographical area to identify the people that live in this area. That's what the Lugard wife girlfriend said, nigger area.
This area, all these areas, the niggers there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just call them the nigger area people. The nigger area people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you find that the insult we are receiving now everywhere in the world is too big. Like someone was telling me today that Nigeria is a white person. Nigeria are using money, their own naira to buy naira. Now they are suffering.
I swear. Nigeria, they use naira, buy naira.
He was saying to my face, Nigeria are using naira to buy naira. They are suffering. We will not allow Nigeria to break. Because if Nigeria break now, the full Hausa people will be suffering. They will come a body to the west. This is what the guy was telling me. They will never allow Nigeria to break. If Nigeria break, the Hausa people become a body to the west. So we don't allow Nigeria to break. We must stay together.
Can you imagine?
And I asked him, are you in Nigeria? What do you know about Nigeria? He said, my dad has been in Nigeria for 45 years. If you see what this guy wears, gold. I tell her, this is Nigeria oil money you are wearing. He said, but that is Nigeria working the oil company. Said, you are wearing our money. We are suffering here doing nonsense works. I was very, very angry with him.
So that's why they won't want Nigeria to break. The beneficiaries or those who are waiting for their turn. They don't want that to happen yet. They are like, Nigeria will break. Is it in our own time that you want Nigeria to break? Me, have I stolen my own money from Nigeria? Everybody has been stealing money. So I haven't stolen mine. No, Nigeria cannot break now. How selfish and self-centered can people be saying they are funny? Because it's not really funny, is it?
It's not funny, my brother. It's not funny. It's very painful when you see when people say all these things. The real thing is Nigeria need to fight for themselves. We need to fight and divide our country. We are not one. We can never be one. There is no how you see, if you put oil in the water, that oil will separate itself from the water.
Absolutely.
This is what is happening in Nigeria. We are not one. We can never be one. You see, anything we do, that place, that tribal, will lead towards our tribal settlement. You see, election now, Yoruba will be going towards Yoruba. It's not all Yoruba. Igbo will go towards Igbo, not even all Igbo. I will separate, go towards. We are not one. There's no point forcing us together. The earlier we go, the better for us.
Better for everybody. Thank you so much, Baba, for stopping by.
Look at now. You want to do Nigeria passport now. You go across the land for more than 6 hours. And when you do on that queuing for 3 months, 5 months, I met a woman for 2 years now. Your passport has not come. In Ghana, you will stay in your house, fill everything on the internet. They will post your passport to your house. In this UK,
that's how it should be. But in Nigeria, they just have a way of saying, you can't have it easy. You need to suffer for it. According to them, if we don't suffer for something, we know they appreciate them. Can you believe that? It's sad though, but again, thank you so much for sharing. I'll take another one. You should have a good one yourself.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks so much. So I have another caller on the line. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, Maegu.
Hello, sir.
Hello, everyone. I just thought I'd try. It's like a surprise.
Like anyway, you didn't know that it was probably going to be picked. I mean, some people said that they believe I'll probably just, select the calls I take. I don't. But it's just like so many. There are some people have a way of, some people have a way of breaking in. They just don't stop dialing. Some people, when they dial like about 4 or 5 times, they are done like, oh, I'm tired.
Exactly. There's a technique to it, but
there is.
For the point I was going to make, the guy that called,
yes, sir,
before, that talked about the woman's heart being somewhere else, and Nigeria is like that. Talking about
like you are with a woman and her heart is somewhere else, but you are still living together as husband and wife. So that's dangerous. I get that. Yeah, that's the one you want to pick on, right? Do you remember what you want to say now?
This is what inspired me to call you, sir.
Please.
So what's the point? The point is Nigeria needs to. I don't want to use the word die. I could say Nigeria needs to be.
Maybe use the word end. If you don't want to use die, use end.
I don't want to use die. I don't want to use end as well.
You don't want to use end as well.
We're going to go to the end. But before the end, let's
like in between. Okay, so maybe Nigeria, as we know it right now, need to be rested.
It's sick.
So we need to rest
be treated.
And then go on.
And finally come to what the sickness is, that everybody knows what the problem is. Then find the solution, the real solution, not half-full solution, like the end.
Half of the way and all of that will take us to the same problem.
Like the guy made one point. He said the Igbo should not fight the Yoruba. The Yorubas should not fight anybody. No, we should. If we want to feel like we need to fight, we only have one common enemy. But regardless, we need everybody to start thinking now. Like the body, like your man said, he said the body is weak, but the mind, your mind, actually, no matter who you are, start thinking. Don't leave your thinking for somebody else to think for you. Think.
At least
think for yourself. If you can think for yourself, you know you all have one common enemy. We all have one common enemy. And these people, they're not more than us. They're not more than us. But one person cannot tell a million person to go and jump from a cliff. It's not possible. So let him go and jump. Let's all go to the cliff and see I don't know how to say that in English, but I guess you can interpret
somebody will have to leave. I mean, you've said it anyway, so it's either us or them. So somebody will have to, or whatever it is they are planning anyway. You see the one I just said now. Yeah, you know the one I just said right now, sir. Yeah, you know that Oyema, that's what's his full name again? Let me go and check. Geoffrey Oyema, the one that is the Foreign Affairs Minister of Nigeria. You know, Aregbesola is the Internal Affairs Minister, police and all of that. Geoffrey Oyema, they said that they have already suspended him, which means that APC, they said APC commissioned him that as a Foreign Affairs Minister, he should go abroad. They wanted him to go abroad and then do that damaging job on Peter Obi. Now, they said he rejected. So today, he has been suspended by APC and is going to be sacked by Buhari. Just 1 month to the end of their what have you. So talking about no. Or if we are all aware that we know the enemy we are fighting, no matter how much they try to turn us against ourselves, once we identify the real enemy, go for them. I agree with you.
We're only a number. We're all numbers. You know, your man made so much point. The people that are thinking, that are not leaving their thinking for people to think for them. If you leave your thinking for people to tell you, if someone told you now to put your hand in fire, I mean, like no matter who you are, if you're not even thinking, I don't think put your hand in fire. Come on, guys, we can.
It's getting there. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, nice one. So good night to you too. So that's a good one. I like that. Like if you know who you are fighting for, it's like saying pick or choose your enemy carefully. Okay, don't fight the wrong fight or don't fight other people's fights. Fight your fight. Do your thinking. Do the clearer thinking. Make those decisions and go for them. Be responsible for them and don't let other people do the thinking or brainwashing for you. Here, hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Oh, the Prince Judgeman. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh, thanks. So I saw that your clip that you sent me. I'm even going to share it with people tonight when you stop talking. Okay, so Prince, quickly.
Yeah, make a just drop him. Yeah, I just want to touch 2 places tonight. Yeah, Baba. I want take put time to say because say this Baba welcome talk to us. Soyinka. Baba Soyinka.
Yes.
Yeah. I know he's not speaking for Yorubas, but he's a face of Yorubas in quotes. Okay. Because he's prominent in Yoruba land.
He is respected,
okay?
Yeah.
So that is one line. Secondly, I want everyone to know that the common enemy of Nigeria, the people who are problem of Nigeria, are the people that told us bluntly that restructuring under their foot. And who are these people? Is Fulani, Janjaweed, herdsmen. Okay, they are the presidency. Okay, they are the people that being represented by Buhari. They are the one that is orchestrating everything that is happening.
That's right.
Now they want to hit Igbo and the Yoruba head together. Bua. they will not go one side and begin to laugh. You know, but this their plan no go work. Their plan, both international and locally, Mumu Yakubu. The quota system cut off 50 cut off mark.
Just a moment, so Prince. Continue talking.
He don't disgrace Fulani herdsmen. Both local and internationally. He don't disgrace them. He don't show their incompetency as breeze they blow, foul nyash they open. He don't show their incompetency. What I want to tell them be say today, middle best don't they tell them say they no be part of North.
That's right.
That's to show them is a sign that Nigeria is no longer going to work for them. Already, Soyinka is already speaking. I know he's not speaking for Yoruba, but I love his action because that his action is showing also that Nigeria will never be one. Because Igbo is definitely, if Igbo is leaving Lagos, going back to the east, definitely referendum will be held for the Biafrans to go. That is for sure. Okay, then that is apart from that, the final one I want to talk tonight is I want to speak to the armed forces in Nigeria. I want also Mahmoud Momo to know that the armed forces in Nigeria is made up of youth, army, police, and all the forces put together. Old man no fit carry gun, they run inside bush. The only young man fit do. And all these youth in the army, they are all voted to liberate themselves from this their mental slavery and the physical slavery of Fulani Janjaweed. You know, these are the reason why. I just wanted to know that they've already created the rebels across the whole Nigeria. They've created rebels,
they've already
but they don't know.
radicalized a lot of people that they don't even know.
So this is the reason why they went to bring all terrorists from Niger, Chad. They brought them and said to Nigeria, people that are not Nigerians, they said they are repentant Boko Haram. They wear them white uniform. They pack them, put inside all the armed forces of Nigeria so that they will be profiling all of them. The real army, those that are serving Nigeria with all their nyas. I getting me? Because Nigeria is no longer there. So I want them to know that all the youth, including the army, including the police, everybody hates their shit, the cow shit that they want everybody to be eating. Everybody is enough. Okay, so because they are depending on the military and the police to begin to shoot disobedient youth. That's the reason why they now decide to carry this president give to Kolu, who is a national disgrace and international disgrace. They don't care because they are depending that at the end of the day, their military, they will send them out to kill some will run, go in. This time around, go their military, we also fight against them. Mayegu, I just want them, make them think. I know say them they are not only craftiness, no be smartness, and again a craftiness. They just say Nigeria go shop their cow shit forever.
Conny people.
So now so Baba. I won't drop on this night.
Thank you very much, Prince Jejeman.
We don't die. We don't die before we come to liberate ourselves. They must free Nnamdi Kanu for us. Nnamdi Kanu must be free because Nigeria that they kidnap. I mean the election that they kidnap him for. The election they don't conduct
them. So they should just let him go. The elections that 2023 that they decided to start killing the Igbos with unknown gunmen and all those things, right? Now they can actually tell them to go away. Now, maybe they've done what they wanted to do. Why are they still keeping him?
I bet they leave him for us. So would they tell them? Would they advise them? Would they advise them? May they live in Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is our life. Any scratch on him. We know they wait good morning. When they wait till tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Daddy.
God bless
Baba.
you, the prince.
Good
That's
night,
a good
bro.
one. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm gonna take just one more call. What was my time? We've only got 10 minutes. Hello there.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, it's from London. Okay. One or two things I wanted to touch on. Oh God, a lot of things to talk about. So what
much.
I just want to
you know something, right? Maybe you didn't expect that I was going to take the call, right? But somehow, there must be a particular one that you wouldn't want to miss. Yeah, you may have a lot of things you want to say, right? But there must be that particular one in particular.
I have said this again and again. Yes, everybody should stand Gidigba. Nothing is going to happen. Yeah. Obi is going to be the president of a new Nigeria. It will not happen on the 29th. It will happen. There's nothing. Now,
like
JJ Man said something.
I like where you wanted to, where you're starting it from, okay? And I'm going to let you probably release more from where that is coming from. That's confidence.
JJ Man, I know him, but he doesn't know it's me that is talking. Maybe from my voice he will far. Listen, if Tinubu should be president, he's not going to release Nnamdi Kanu. He's in the pocket of these Hausa Fulani people. They are going to use him. They will find something to hold him down, if possible. Even they want to harm him and say, listen, you know what? What can they do? They'll just harm him.
So they can have him harmed. They can do something to him. This time around, they won't be the one to do it. They will say, Yoruba man.
Exactly. And I'm surprised that our people are saying that Peter Obi, blah, 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 is not talking about POB. Of course, the man is an epitome of wisdom. That guy is so wise. He will not say, he knows what he's going to do. He knows the correct thing to do. He's going to deal with all these things. Nnamdi Kanu will be released under Peter Obi and all that. Nigeria, because these northerners, they are not ready to let Biafra go. They are not ready to let a Yoruba nation to stand. They will not make it happen. The problem we have, all of us are saying, let us go, let us go. It's not only the northerners that are a problem. It is the Omoalis amongst us. The Omoalis in Yoruba land, in Igbo land, and all that. All these idiots that is within us. Okay, let's say we split now. Okay, we have our Yoruba nation. He's FFK. You know Yoruba man. What are you going to do with him? Are you going to kill him?
What are we going to do with all of these people?
All these bastards. Yeah. What are you going to do with them? Then we have all these stupid people in the east. What are we going to do with them? So the point is that the moment we see, we're going to fight because everybody is now, thank God for the internet, yeah. Yes. Everybody now is so informed.
Yes.
You know, it's so informed, nothing will happen. That's why, I used to think that Dati was too gentle. I didn't know that man is radical.
I mean, it seems to be the violence coordinator of the Obidients. Let's be honest, okay?
Yeah.
This guy gives you.
I didn't know he was that pathetic. That man is ready to die. Listen, that man is ready to go to prison or even die if he has to die. The way he's even talking on Twitter is hot. 24/7, you know, as they are dishing out to the Obidients, and a gentleman said something earlier. He said that Obi should have not gone for presidency, that he should have supported IPOB. No, we're not getting.
That's two different things.
IPOB has been proscribed as a terrorist organization. So for any man to stand up right now and say IPOB, you get arrested. So the best thing is that because they never knew that Obi was going to do anything. Now it's not about Nnamdi Kanu and any longer. It's a movement. It's a spirit. IPOB is not about Nnamdi Kanu. It's a movement. It's a spirit. Look at the way they are fighting Padiban now. They are furious and all that. They are the idiots that have eaten Agbado amongst them are saying, yeah, they have to and all that, they have to do this, they have to do that, and all that. Then Prof came the other morning. It was it yesterday morning or 2 mornings. I was one of the people that was abusing him big time. I was giving it to him big time on my rise. That guy is a seller. He's a complete non-entity. You see, all the Anyash don't open, I would say, in Nigeria. All the listen. Somebody, that guy is a disgrace to what Nobel Prize stands for. Nobel Prize stands for integrity. It stands for honor. It stands for somebody that will tell the truth at all times. But for you to open your mouth and you start insulting Obidients, you didn't address, you didn't see, and he was
even address all of what happened to them and all that.
Yeah,
and that's why I said that the two truths can actually coexist. By admitting that. But they said no, Mayego didn't watch the full video. I said I watched the video and I saw how he was trying to use big grammar to describe, to make people feel like they don't, you know what I mean? I was like, that's tricky. Yeah, an upright man should be upright and straightforward. No, they use my distance.
I wish Rufai was on that money. Rufai would have torn him to shreds and all that. He was pretending that he's having hearing problems, he's having technical problems. But no. He was just trying to
you know what somebody told me, bro? You know what somebody told me about what happened with Professor, right? You know what somebody told me?
Yeah.
See, APC is evil. For those people who don't understand that definition of evil, right? What they did was that they knew that Obidients were attacking. They knew. Sure, you get. So they encouraged him to do that interview. They knew that Obidients, they will attack. So they can then say, you see, now Professor Wole Soyinka, they attack now. Look at them, they have started attacking Soyinka, and it seems they achieved that.
There's one video that went viral. I don't know whether I sent it to you or you may have seen it. There is this chap. He went to the same uni as Peter Obi, UNN. Right. And so I think he was invited to he invited Peter Obi to his house. Do you know what has been going on? Even my school WhatsApp saying the person that says he has no shishi, look at his house, look at how lavish his house is. Man, I gave them. I said, listen, you people are stupid. All you APC.
You are even talking about house and all that. You can, people can easily tell when people want to associate him with some unnecessary luxury, Abby. But he said the children, out of school children in northern Nigeria, deserves a proper, proper policy and program that will take them off that street. The poverty in the northern Nigeria, northern Nigeria should never be poor. That northern Nigeria is going to be, all those things he said, though. You know what he said? They said, hey, look at him, look at the big God, he is now calling the northern Nigeria poor. Can you imagine, somebody wants to be president of Nigeria, he's saying that Almajiri is in the north. He's saying that another, thank God that we dodged a bullet. Can you imagine that? So is that a statement of lie? Nigeria is poor?
They are open because listen, they are going to lose. See, Jagaban is going to be disgraced. Last. In fact, let him just start negotiating to go to France and live permanently and die there. Yeah, he's going to live in shame. For FFK, he's going to prison. Because all that money, our money that he stole, that he gave him for the tarmac, we have not forgotten. He's going to end up being a tenant in Nigeria. Trust me. He's going to end up being a tenant.
I am going to call it a night after speaking to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah,
so it's really a pleasure.
Okay. Okay, take care.
Thanks so much, sir. Yeah, you have a good one, okay? I appreciate that. Everyone who is still calling, my time is up. Agbeke is back. I've not got that luxury time anymore where I can sit here all night, like I promised the last time. So thank you. My own is that on this diary, right? It's all about exposing every lie of APC. Agbeke, the fraud called Nigeria and some other things that they cook up out there to further instigate, divide, and even kill us. Now, I have no control on how you feel or what you do. But I can easily kind of influence, right, what you do by giving you the right information that helps you to get informed. Now, everything after this, ladies and gentlemen, you will be responsible for that, which is just like they say, if you know better, the ideal thing is for you to do better. We are still looking for your support in raising funds and helping those that are also victims of this bad governance, especially in Yoruba land. I'm sorry. So this is for Yoruba Union program. We are grateful to those who have turned up to us. If I put all I've sent so far together, I can say that we probably have actually raised ₦1 million, but we need 22 million. That's how much we need. 22 million. So I'm going to have a time I'm going to do the proper fundraiser here, okay? We'll raise that money. 22 million, we will raise that money. I will pay mine, you pay yours, and remember it's always going to be voluntary. So for tonight and to my, everybody will pay their offerings. Those who have liked that broadcast, those who have subscribed to my channel as well, thank you, okay? Somebody said that I joined last month, I've been enjoying it. If you're obedient, it's going to be the best time to actually join Mayegun's Diary Political, because if they are bullying you elsewhere, if they are lying and cooking up lies elsewhere, come on to Mayegun's Diary Political, you will get to know what is going on. So they've actually accused me of being obedient too. I kind of like you because you are their karma. And then you've proven everybody that you are beyond just social media noise. You chased the career politicians in Nigeria. You chased some of them to their retirements, right? You gave people that ordinarily would not even dream of thinking of going into politics, because where would they see the money? You gave them that hope and they joined that politics and they conquered. They came, they saw, they conquered. So therefore, anybody where they try to gaslight you, bully you, or kind of share fake news about you, right? Ignore them. Come on to Mayegun's Diary Political. You will hear the truth there. And then you get to know even more, to know more about the ways that are gaslighting you. Don't let anybody use anything to kind of deceive you, okay? Your fight is good. I like it. I believe that, eventually if they have to continue to call your bluff, sorry, I'm actually looking forward to the day that you are going to scatter everything. I know some of you want to do that too, but Obi won't let you do it yet, Abi. But now Nigeria go first, you do it. That's what I'm waiting for. If you need any, there's a morale high, morale high, morale high. Come to Mayegun's Diary Political. I can boost your morale. Nobody will believe you, okay? Until everything finally scattered. And he has to. That's it. It has to scatter. You've done everything legitimately. They've robbed you. They're going to keep robbing you until you're going to have to stop them. Until the day you will stop them, don't miss the service. Come to the service. The inspiration, the motivation, the information you need, I'll give them to you. Undiluted. Keep it up. I'll see you some other time. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time, right? And please, if you haven't really subscribed to my channel, please do. Come on. You can unsubscribe too whenever I say something you don't like, okay? Like if you subscribe now, right? And then you feel like, hey, that might go, you just said something I don't like. You can also unsubscribe. And you can subscribe again. That's how the Lagos Abobakus have been relating with me for the past 10 years. They will run, they will block me. Then they will come back. When I block them, they go and open fake account to join me again. When they subscribe to my channel, when they get angry, they remove their subscription. They remove then they put it back again. Then they remove it. We have been going at that back and forth for the past 10 years. I'm sorry. I'll see you some other time. Okay. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary Political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.